Yeah,
but people care about this shit way too much, to be honest. It's not that deep.
But why is it live?
This guy actually go live? What a dumb.
Who's winning next week? Who's winning?
I have no idea, man.
Easy double.
Can you pull up my AVI?
Of course.
I really have no idea.
Oh no,
Because-
I do.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Well, thank you. All right. Thanks for that, Norman. Okay, so Juju man, first of all, how do you know who's gonna win for sure, and do you have like inside information?
Oh no, because it's easy because it's like.
Wait, Juju man, how is this easy unless you work for the CIA or FBI?
Oh no, because it's like.
Juju
I
man,
think
give
this
us good
guy-
news, man. Give us good news.
Oh no. I think this guy has said some crazy stuff. It has offended a lot of people that I don't see how someone can go from people are eating dogs to becoming a president. It just doesn't make sense. I know like and then you saw his rally again where people like the insults. It's just like insulting.
But Juju man, isn't that what happened in 2016? Grab him by the pussy and all that kind of stuff. So why can't this happen again?
That's lightweight. This one, he came. First of all, he said the Haitians or the Haitian immigrants, they're eating dogs. And then he said yesterday, the one comedian or something, I don't know why he thought it was a joke. He said Puerto Rico is an island of garbage.
The Hinchcliffe guy, Hinchcliffe.
I saw Juju, man, last hangout was a Trump supporter. What's gone now?
No, I thought he won the debate because,
Okay, so Juju man, who are you voting for, or do you want, or you don't want to say who you're voting for?
like hashtag I'm with her. I've already voted double H.
Bro, that's sounded like the most unconvincing So why are you voting for Kamala Harris and not Donny T?
Because what's it called? Look, Trump is like his personality. He has a good sense of humor, but the problem I have with this guy, he enables like the extreme people in society. Like people feel comfortable to offend people, and that I cannot stand.
So where do you live now?
Right now, I mean, like McLean, Northern Virginia.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, but what's it called? Yeah, and then the other thing too is like
Virginia, man, you gotta be racist.
Oh no.
Wait. Isn't that where Neptunes is from? All those guys, Neptunes, Pusha T, and all those dudes are from. So.
I'm pretty sure the Confederate soldiers from there, I think.
Yeah, they're from Virginia.
Wait, is Juju man a Confederate?
Juju man, don't tell me you're a Confederate, bro. Please,
Oh, no. Wait. And then, wait. I'm good. And then the part too. Wait. And the other part too about like Trump is like they not only like this whole like it's just like the whole conversation around him is just like divisive. Like that's what this guy is about. Just divisive talk. So that's my problem with him. It's just the people like that support him, and then the whole like people just feel comfortable insulting people.
So basically, so you feel that Kamala is going to win based on just how much anti-Trump stuff that there is?
Yeah, and I think he will win by a larger margin than Biden because Biden is unpopular, and the fact that he actually won is crazy. But her, like people say, she's this race, she's this. I've had her interviews. This is a black woman, so I don't know. Like the whole race stuff is exaggerated. I know he has Indian heritage, so black Indian, but it's like I think it's just like I think this will be the first time they will have like I think she'll be president.
Okay.
It'll be the first time.
Whoa. She's not Indian, dude. She's not Indian. Relax. Relax.
No, she's.
Oh God, this is
Relax. Relax.
Whoa, nobody. You don't.
Hey,
you can't
friendly-
blame her, man.
friendly fire, friendly fire.
We'll get there.
Yeah, she's no friend. She's no friend.
No. Okay. So
Oh, the last point.
okay,
last
Jim, go
point.
for it, Jim.
Yeah, and the whole like it's the same with the whole like insult and divisive talk. I think it's complete turn off. All these numbers and stuff like the polls are showing his win. I think they're inflated. I swear they're inflated because it's like I don't know who.
No. From what I say, polls never look at polls.
Yeah.
Never look at polls. Like polls are always wrong.
They're just projections. That's all.
Yeah, no, because I swear the polls had Hillary winning last time, and also again, just use logic. Forget about which one it's from. Does every single person that's going to vote take part in a poll? No. Second thing is, I may vote X in a poll in 1 month, and 3 months, I may actually change it to Y. So polls can never be a 100% full, accurate reflection of what people are going to do and vote on the very day. And not everybody takes part in a poll. So these are just projections and just sort of predictions. So Ricard, what are you saying? Who is winning and who you... Actually, no, sorry, you're Canadian, you can't vote.
Nah, but I always love watching the presidential election. They're peak. To be honest, if you were to ask me last week, I would have said Trump. But I don't know, maybe it's because when it comes down to it, it comes down close to the race, you start having a little bit of doubts and whatever, the way I see it. This is probably one of the more 50-50 ones I see. Like, I can't even split who's going to win. I mean, yeah, Trump has done better in projections, which is weird because he typically doesn't. I think in the previous election he hasn't, but he's always overperformed, I guess, when it actually comes to election time, which I've noticed. But there seems to be a lot of swing states this time around. To be honest, I really don't know, but part of me does feel like Trump will win this one for some reason.
So what makes you feel Trump? Because I told you, because basically, so in my opinion, so I think, again, I'm not rooting for anyone or anything. I think Kamala is going to win. Both of my big brothers think Trump is going to win. So even for us, we're like split as to who's going to win. So why do you feel Trump is going to win?
My point of seeing it is just more so the comparison towards the last elections. I just feel like a lot of people don't see the Democratic Party as as strong or as reliable as it seems. More so, let's not let Trump win. And this was the same thing with Biden. It was more so let not Trump win more than we actually want Biden.
No. I mean, people voted against Trump rather than voting for Biden.
Yeah, and I feel like that sentiment isn't as strong anymore. It's there, but perhaps people have their doubts because to a degree it is true. The Democratic Party have been in the House for 4 of the last 5 elections, presidential terms, sorry, and you can really just pin that down to them. It's you guys have been in the last 16 to 20 years, 16 of the last 20 years, and you guys are still wishing upon the same thing to the people that never get completed. So it's
I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna jump in with that because you say 16 of the last 20 years, but have you looked at the composition of Congress over the last 20 years? It's been literally 50-50 because in order to get because you got to realize one thing, that the president signs the bills. He signs the bills and he creates executive orders. He doesn't. I mean, really, in order to push any laws, he can try to basically negotiate and get people to push bills. But in order to get anything pushed through the House or through the Senate, it has to be a super majority of 60%. So for the Senate, that means you have to get 60 people.
Yeah, for sure.
If you look at
that's pretty common. I mean, that's standard across majority of nations anyways. But it's just
But what I'm getting at
Wait, hold on. Let Ricardo come to down. I'll come to him. So let Ricardo finish his point. I'll come to him.
Yeah, just summarize. And then also, there's always that every election, there's that undercover Trump support, the ones who don't say anything. Now, I think they have been more vocal than the previous terms, but just how much? So it will be.
See for me, and that's the thing. Sorry, I feel that if you look on the internet, Trump is easily going to win this. Yeah. Just judging by when I look at comments on the internet and everything, specifically, black media and what black people are saying. If you go to Shannon Sharp's interview with Kamala and look at all of the comments on his video of his audience, you think, oh no, this is easy for Trump. But I feel that the internet is not reality, and I feel like if a lot of people who are not really outspoken around blah are the guys that are just going to vote anti-Trump.
That's how it was with Biden. That's how it was with Biden exactly. Everybody on the internet was "Oh, Trump is going to win."
Wait, hold on, Ricardo.
Just to close off, that is a valid point. That's why I said I guess these campaigns, like I said, maybe these undercover Trump fans, they aren't so undercover anymore. Man, there's probably still a few, but I feel like they have been more vocal against versus the previous elections. But what I would say is I always come back to this, and we do this for sports as well. It's social media is just a micro of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Like everybody over the age of like 40, like 40 are not on Twitter and shit. So you don't really know where those people are at. So I don't know if social media exactly. I mean, it can definitely, change perception amongst how we feel the election is going to go on, but there is a substantial population of 40 and above that aren't on social media, and we don't know how they lean towards.
Ricardo, I know. I talked to a lot of like old white Republicans, and they told me they're I swear.
Okay,
I swear.
gentleman. No, hold up, gentleman.
Yeah.
No. Give me the context of where you are sitting down with a group of old white Republicans and ask them about politics. I just need to understand how that's worked out. How does that work out?
Oh yeah. So I have like, because I grew up in like, I mean, partly most of it child. I grew up in like Pennsylvania, rural Pennsylvania, and it's like Trump land, but they don't like how the guy talks. He insulted some golfer. That was a big deal. Like, and then the other part too is like they just don't like how he talks and he's insulting. So like I talked to them and their friends, and they told me the first time in their life they're not voting. They're staying out, and I was
Wow.
like, I was shocked. Yeah, so I was like, because I think the way he talks sometimes is like a turn off to a lot of people.
Okay, wait, so AK, who do you think is winning? AK.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was watching Mavs Timberwolves, but I'll be real. I haven't followed the election since the last time we did the hangout. I've had my fair share of exams and stuff, so I would still I think Kamala will win it because I feel like more and more people are like anti-Trump more often than like before. Like I get that sentiment where I am. Like more people are anti-Trump than before, and I feel like it's a very similar election to last one where, well, a lot of people don't care that Kamala is running. They just want Trump not to win.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be similar to last election.
Hokage, what are you saying? Trump or Kamala?
Bro, it's tough because I'm on Twitter all the time, and Elon Musk has turned that into a right-wing cesspool. So, bro, like if you go on X, you think Trump is gonna blow away the electoral college and everything. You think the whole country's Republican, but listen, I don't know if you guys saw that last Trump rally, but I think a lot of damage was done to Trump's campaign in that last rally. The Tony Hinchcliffe guy, I don't care if he's a comedian. I watched Kill Tony. Bro, you can't call Puerto Rico
That's crazy.
A swamp or whatever the hell.
A floating pile of garbage.
Yeah.
You can't do that, bro. You can't make Diddy jokes and all that at a freaking presidential rally, dude. And apparently that a lot of Florida Republicans are trying to scramble and kind of recover from the damage. Tony, Hulk Hogan, all those, the freaking Tucker Carlson. I mean, Tucker Carlson called her like a Malaysian, Samoan, like low IQ individual when he obviously knows she's black. And it's like, I think Kamala's going to win, and I really hope she does. And I think the main reason she will win is because I think, although social media and I portrayed, I have confidence in the American people that they will see that, in my opinion, Trump allows the extremists to thrive. Trump gives the extremists a home.
Bingo.
And the extremists, dude, are really freaking scary, bro. Like, if you live here, for example, I went to Texas for my friend's wedding this summer. Bro, MAGA Central, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
My friend was marrying a girl from Michigan. Her family came out here, and so they were all the best guys, and I was hanging out with them all week. And we were in a car ride, right? And they started talking about conspiracy theories, and I'm the only Californian there. And I had to just sit there and nod and not make the whole conversation awkward because I'm the guy from California, not trying to ruin the vibes here in this car for 12 guys. But they're talking about things like, oh, bro, they're running 5G frequencies to make us consumers, and they're trying to turn our brains into lizard brains. Like, Donald Trump allowed and this was, and the thing is, in a group of, we were in like a limo thing, and there's 15 of us. I'm the only guy from California. All these guys, yeah, bro, it's crazy. The cell phone towers are controlling our brains. bro, let's not get started on the COVID chips and how they're tracking us. And Donald Trump allows an environment for extremism to thrive, and I really hope that people next week when I see the votes come in, I really hope people realize that. Like, what AK said is, I think AK just said it. People don't care that Kamala's winning. People care that Trump's back, and people care that the Trump show is gearing up to be here for another 4 years.
So do you think that, because it is obviously a tactic?
Wait, people really think that COVID chips thing is a real thing?
Look, guys,
I mean, bro, people think that the weather was manipulated.
Wait. So then, do you then think that, because it's obviously a tactic, do you think Kamala's tactic of being anti-Trump is actually a good tactic to have rather than actually show your policies?
It's a good tactic, but something I'll say about the Harris campaign is, okay, with Trump, if you don't agree with his policies, whatever, you know what you're going to get with Trump. Trump has kind of like an idea of what his direction and campaign is all about. For me, like 60% of Kamala's campaign has been just bashing Trump. She has, like, when he came out, Tony said the thing about Puerto Rico. She posted the whole thing about what her whole plan for Puerto Rico, but for the country as a whole, she doesn't have like a clear plan of where she wants to go. And I think that's what's giving people questions. There was that one interview she had on Fox. She kind of got melted. She didn't answer really questions. She didn't really have a question for the Fox guy that was interviewing her. So it's a good tactic to, keep the Democratic vote and everything. But the issue with that tactic is there's a lot of people out there for some reason that are like the Hispanics, like Black America. He has swayed a lot of votes with those guys, at least from what I'm seeing on the internet. And bashing him is only going to turn those guys away more. So that's why I'm interested to see, okay, in these key battleground states, bro, let's see how she performs, because it was close last time with Biden and Trump. Yes, Biden won by like 6 million, 8 million votes, but we don't do, we do the whole like electoral college thing. I'm interested to see how she does in key areas.
Sure. I want to just ask something real quick to Ricardo then. So I don't want to get back to this whole thing. So let me just make this a topic right now. So I'm actually interested to hear this. I think maybe Ricardo, you'll be able to speak to this. So Ricardo, since obviously knowing that you're Latino, from people that you know, family, friends, what was the reaction to the Hinchcliffe, Puerto Rico thing?
To be honest, it's very... This is the thing with Latinos. We don't really have a very unified mindset.
Because I know that there's even sort of infights in between, whether it's Cuban, Puerto Rican thingy, and so forth. And also there's the whole colorism thing as well. So...
it's like, what you laid out it's very complex because there's so much layers to it, right? I remember one of the things I've heard, not from my family, but mainly from like, I guess I follow certain like, Latino Instagram accounts more within the U.S. anyways, and then I did see the stuff about the Puerto Ricans, and then I mean there's a massive Mexican population in the U.S. right? Actually, a lot of Latinos like, man, he was just talking about Puerto Ricans. He wasn't talking about us Mexicans.
Yeah. So separating themselves. Okay.
Exactly, and then obviously, I mean, for the longest time in Florida, you have a massive Hispanic population from all places in South America, Central America, and the Caribbean. To be honest, like a lot of them, they're just so anti-democratic, just because, especially the Cubans are so anti, because they left Cuba for that reason, right? And they get shit on for that a lot too. They're like, oh, how can you be anti-democratic, like you're Latino, blah 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 blah. It's like, I think sometimes it is a lack of perspective in that sense, because the ones from Cuba, like, they actually lived through that communism shit, and it didn't work out for them. So I mean, and then sometimes there is a lot of hyperbole when it comes to the U.S. about like, oh, this is turning into
so there isn't like a Latino unified view of like, man, what they said was really bad. It's more so that, oh, it's Puerto Rico. What does it have to do with us if we're not Puerto Rican?
It's a yes and no type thing. Obviously, they're gonna feel away because it is one of their like people. I mean, we're kind of unified by a language and culture, but I think deep down inside, a lot of Latinos can be very self-critical. And like, for example, even the whole border thing. I've heard so many Latinos when I go to the U.S. sometimes be like, like, look, Trump did like, in a sense. I mean, the way the media portrayed it is like he generalized all Mexicans, right? But there are some Hispanics that are like educated enough to see what he said, and it's kind of hard to argue. Like, there's a lot of like the U.S. Mexican border. There's a lot of drug trafficking, a lot of criminal activity going by. That doesn't necessarily mean like every Mexican that goes through that border is a criminal or needs to be deported or this and that. Like, and I've actually found this out through my cousin who lives in New Jersey. It's actually Latinos that, for the most part, that would rat out other Latinos that are undocumented in that country. Yeah, it's just a very weird like Latino complex about like being the one that made it and then being the one that did it through who didn't make it. I don't even know how to explain it to you, but it's prevalent in the culture where it's just a hater, jealousy. They don't really back
Crabs
you
in a
type of thing.
barrel.
Yeah, they're the ones that get the citizenship, they feel American. They kind of like look at you if you're undocumented, if you're illegal. Like, yeah, you didn't do it how I
So,
did. I'm American.
so it's almost as if for people, again, I don't want to generalize because there's so many different cultures and things within the Latino community, but just like in air quotes general, more Latinos fight more for the kind of American dream and American identity than trying to be like, oh, I'm Latino, but no, I want to be part of the I'm American, everything, rather just denotes me to being this Latino guy that must fight for my culture and all that stuff.
I do think Latinos have an affinity for their culture to be preserved, for sure. Especially the more so the ones that are very religious. I just think it depends who you ask, because a lot of Latinos, like everywhere in South America, bro, it's like like people think the U.S. government is corrupt. It is corrupt. There's no denying that. But you haven't really felt a corrupt government unless you come from South America. You don't give a shit.
Bro, let me tell you stories about Nigeria. When people talk about like the UK is so corrupt, the corrupt politicians, like UK and US, you want to see corruption? You want to see what happens in Nigeria? Come on, bro.
And like you can talk about the American influence in Venezuela. When I went to Venezuela in 2007, Venezuela was a beautiful country, bro. I have no intention of ever going back there. My uncle who lived there for like 30-40 plus years, this guy left because his house was getting robbed, and then he went to Spain. And so, I mean, that's one example. I mean, Argentina, their economy has collapsed. Ecuador as well.
So it's. I think you're probably painting the picture right now. I've left a country that is so messed up and so crazy. I'm so happy to be here, and citizenship to being here. I'm gonna fight for what it is to be American.
Exactly. Yeah.
And therefore, I'm gonna be so pro-America because of what I've left to be before. And that is where we now see the difference between, let's say, African American and how Democrats have now gotten a hold of them, and Latinos. Because for African America, it's really slavery. It's how far back.
Isn't it the same for African immigrants?
I'm gonna jump in here as a black person.
No. Again, but I'm just saying that from the Latino point of view, their viewpoint is look at where I've left. And I've known the kind of country that I've left and where I've now gone to. I'm now going to now fight for this American dream. And I'm even going to be a lot more patriotic based on just what I've left. And that is now infused into the generations.
Latinos are so proud when they accomplish something in another country. Like my brother, bro, him just getting citizenship in Canada. This guy, I swear to God, I'm not lying to you. He only he only eats Canadian-made products. So that's how patriotic he is about being Canadian, having that citizenship. I don't know what it is about Latinos, but they're just like that. They're like proud people, and when they get that, I guess, sense of like dual nationality, they're so proud of it, and they really want to be part of that culture. Which, I don't know. That's I guess. That's
okay.
Isn't that the same thing for like African immigrants to America too?
Oh no, yeah, 100%, yeah. So let me just go to the job, but I want to ask you Nomar something. So before Elon, I'm going to call it Twitter was very left. It's flipped. It wasn't. Twitter was just Twitter. Like Twitter was whatsoever your algorithm was, but now it's now very heavily swayed towards something. Like, I'm sorry, Twitter was just whatever your timeline was whatever who you befriended or whatever the algorithm was. It was not potentially swayed in one area. So now I want to ask you something. This is where we get slightly controversial. So, Nomad, being Indian, when you look at Kamala Harris, do you view her as black, as Indian American, or do you view her as half black or half Indian, or what? So how do you view Kamala Harris, Nomad?
half black, half Indian, but more so black.
So, what is your view? Okay, this is a good point. As an individual, what is your view of her? And if you can, what is the Indian community's view towards Kamala Harris? If you can maybe answer those two questions.
She's a grifter. She's a grifter. She's a puppet. She's a robot. She's a replaceable, dispensable, expendable cog in the American administrative state machinery, just like Obama was, just like Biden is. I mean, it's the same, dude. Like, if the Democrat Party really wanted to make a difference, if they really wanted to be an ideology-based party and be a party with a difference, why did they do what they did to RFK Jr.? Why did
It's
they do
because
what they did
RFK
to
Jr. is a fucking nutcase, bro.
more so than
it still doesn't justify what they did to it. It was ridiculous.
I mean, like RFK. I'm gonna keep it a stack about RFK Jr.
Wait, hold on. Let me get on the comment. On continue. Nomad.
If you didn't want him, you could at least have handled it with grace. They literally like kicked him out of the party. Basically, they abandoned him, and seeing what kind of heritage and legacy that he comes from, his family, and what happened to him and his family members, at least they should have given him some grace. They literally treated him like he was a Republican in their own party. That was so. And what they did to Tulsi Gabbard, like she's still a serving veteran, and she was an out and out Democrat. Like she was, I think she was even on the chair or something.
He wasn't really a Democrat. I mean, like, here's the other thing. Here's one thing about this whole term Democrat.
Liberal. You see the situation. That's why people from my community, there were 90% plus voting for Democrat ever since we started emigrating to the United States. You know? But now I'm hearing it's going to be 50-50 because they're so, like, they've abandoned the Democrat platform, have abandoned the moderates.
No,
and the independents
but let me ask you this
much.
Wait, let me ask you this. Okay, so
can I speak on this?
No, real quick. So if we don't know, it's 50-50. So if Kamala was supposed, if Kamala won presidency in America, so let me just paint the whole thing. So when Obama won, it was a big thing in Kenya. So Kenya was like, wow, someone that came from Kenya. We knew who his father was. So his village, they celebrated and everything. So if Kamala was to win next week, what do you think the response from India would be? And what do you think the response would be from like Kamala's mother's community would be if she was to win?
Wait, AJ, can I speak on this?
Wait, no, I'm not going to come to Nomad. I'll come to AK. Nomad.
The thing is, AJ, like a decade ago or a couple of decades ago, maybe a lot of Indians would have taken pride, that at least she's half Indian, like part of her mother's heritage, like one of us has gotten there. But now, like this present day India and the present day Indian people, because people forget, like a majority of Indians are really young. It's a young population, so most of Indians are like below 40, like 35 or something. That's the average age. So the modern day Indians, like, I mean, you kind of see her as an embarrassment. It's like, if I want to be serious,
I need to talk. You need to let me talk.
No. Everyone will have their chance. Everyone has just, but let Nomad have the chance that I'll come to you. But Nomad.
She's kind of an embarrassment. It's just because she has no spine. She's run by committee. She'll say whatever she's told to say. She'll do whatever even in the White House, she'll be given a briefing. She'll be told what to say, what to do, what a foreign leader to interact with, who not to interact with, and she'll do that. Like, we both know, like, you have to agree with me on this. America is not run from the White House. It's not. It's run from the Pentagon. Like, we know that. We know that.
I disagree.
And that's what people want to move away from. And that's why people, like, even Trump, like, he's kind of an idiot. He doesn't know what to say. He's not even a politician, actually.
Yeah.
But people want to use him. Like, people who are supporting him want to use Trump as kind of a sledgehammer against this whole bullshit. This whole American administrative state bullshit where everything is run by bureaucracy,
He's used by
everything is run by
neo-Nazis,
status quo.
fascists.
Yeah, you can
Like,
say, like, you have Nazis versus communists. Like, pick your poison.
Communist.
Pick
I
your
mean,
poison.
bro, like they're not fucking communists.
Okay, wait, so just to, I'll come to AK, then I'll come to him. So, in your view, you feel like if most of India wouldn't celebrate a Kamala win because they just see her as phony.
Yeah, exactly. It's not even an Indian thing. Like, Obama was more liked than her. Even Biden, everyone knew that Biden wasn't completely there, but there was kind of a empathy and sympathy for him, you know? And Trump, like, he was kind of seen as an entertainer, a bombastic person. And so even he had a bit of a charm, you know, like, he says whatever comes to his mind, is kind of a crazy guy. But Kamala, she's kind of like Hillary Clinton. Like, there's nothing redeemable. Like, what is, what
Jesus
does she
fucking
have
Christ,
that,
man.
what does she have that people will be attracted to her way of thinking and operating? She's a cog. She's a robot. She's a drone.
Oh, okay. Wait, let me come to AK, then I'll come to you, Hitman. Because all I'll say though is, I don't agree entirely with what nobody's saying, but I agree with quite a lot of stuff, and I will explain why. Because before I come to AK, let's keep it a stack. Kamala has landed in this position fortuitously. She's not earned her right to be in this position to potentially be president. No, she's not.
I have to push back. Wait,
hold up, Judgment. She was chosen to be VP, and we know why she was chosen. She never went through a democratic debate where she had to compete with other Democrats to earn her right to be president. It was just given to her. So you've not really earned your right to be. You're here through good fortune. That's a fact.
Wait, Double H. We have to push back because first of all, you have to be. What is it? Luck is where preparations meet what? What's the phrase? She was in the right place at the right time. Everyone.
Meets luck.
Oh no! I mean, there's a saying about like luck, where it's like opportunity meets like preparation.
Opportunity is when preparation meets luck.
Yeah.
Kenny is so smart.
Yeah. So it's like everyone.
Awesome.
Wait. Everyone gets lucky. So she had the resume and she was in the right place, right time. How she got that? It doesn't matter. I think people are blowing it up.
No, but Judgment, why did Biden pick her? Did Biden pick her because she was really amazing qualified, or did she pick her because she was very good friends with his son and also female black? It's all politics.
No,
it's all politics. Come on.
No, because let's be honest. Let's look at her resume, man. Her resume is
she's mainly a prosecutor.
No. She was a senator. She's a vice president. Like, her resume is amazing.
No. Before she was VP, what was her resume and what was her accomplishments before she was made vice president? I'm saying that she was fortunate to be VP. Fortunate with what happened to Biden, and fortunate that she did. The key thing is that, she did not have to fight against other people to earn the right for that Democratic nominee, based on just how people thought it would be problematic. But look, let me come to AK. So AK, your thoughts on this, and come to him and AK.
Yeah.
Like the Indian people. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. As you all might know, I am half Indian, half Moroccan. My mom, in fact, is from the same place where Kamala Harris's mom is from.
Oh wow!
Difference is Kamala Harris's mom was raised as a Hindu. My mom wasn't, so that's the only difference. So I actually spoke to my mom about this, and her point of view is more like her family doesn't they don't really care. Like the thing that she wants is she doesn't like Kamala Harris. The only thing is she likes Trump less than she likes Kamala Harris. So
why doesn't she like? Do you know? Can you give us a reason why she doesn't like Kamala Harris?
She just thinks Kamala Harris. She's similar to what almost a bit similar to what Nomad said. She just thinks she's a candidate that will continue what has been happening before. She's not going to introduce new policies to help new people. She wants something new in the Democratic Party that will allow some sort of change to come in this country. And Harris is basically similar to Biden. she's basically a moderate Democrat, just like
Mm.
Biden was a moderate Democrat.
Mm.
So for my mom, she's almost like, well, what's the difference if it's Harris? The only thing is, she doesn't like Trump, obviously for obvious reasons.
Mm.
So for her, it's like Harris is better than Trump, but okay, if Harris is better than Trump, what is that saying really? So for her, that's a thing for her and her family. So I don't think really people like.
So, so my thing is, so
I
if
don't
she
think
was,
people care.
so if she was elected president, your mom wouldn't take any pride that someone from a similar background.
Nah, man.
Mm.
Nah, because like my mom isn't. First of all, she's not like that. She's like, I don't really care what background you are. If you deserve to get something, you will get it.
Yeah.
So she doesn't really care about background and stuff that much. Same with my family on my mom's side. They don't really care about that background and stuff. So they're not like, oh, Kamala Harris is Indian. She has it's great for us. It's like, she's Indian, great. So what? That's basically their point of views.
Okay, Hipman. So you seem to have a lot of issues with what nobody was saying about Kamala Harris. So what issues do you have
I have
with
a
the
lot
fact
of issues.
with
I have a lot
Kamala
of
Harris
issues
was
with-
installed and she's not a very exciting candidate and she is lucky to be where she is?
You're just throwing
Okay.
word salad out there.
No,
but
okay, but okay, go for it.
Okay. First of all, what I'm going to say is that a lot of the statements that have been put out so far by certain people,
No, say it.
it just
No, hold on.
I mean,
Let
let me talk. Let me talk. The adults are talking here. First of all, so a lot of the points that have been put out is basically stuff I've seen regurgitated over the past 8 years. Since 2016, we've been seeing the same narratives being pushed by all the circles, the different MAGA circles, different people throughout the GOP, different states. If you look at people in Florida with the DeSantis supporters, all in all, keywords like, oh, that these people are Marxists, they're going to destroy the country, that Kamala is not black, that Kamala's Indian, or whatever she chooses, and so on and so forth. And all of these tie into different rabbit holes where you see that most of the people are very easily manipulated. Also,
I'm sorry. You can't. I'm speaking for myself, Hitman. So you're saying that I've been manipulated by DeSantis and the GOP and MAGA talking thing.
Everybody's been manipulated by. Everybody gets manipulated at some level, and that includes people on the left and the Democrat Party.
I speak for myself. I have not been manipulated. I'm smart enough to look at someone, do my own research, and make my own assessments. So this has nothing to do with like, oh my gosh, MAGA talking. No, this is what I'm talking about. I'm doing my own research as an independent person that says Kamala Harris is lucky to be in the position that she's in. And she is fortuitous. That's just a fact. It has nothing to do with GOP, MAGA.
Trump's lucky that he's not in jail. I'm just going to say that. And he's using this. And part of the reason why he is running is because he's trying to keep his ass out of jail. Biden has not done anything to warrant him going to jail, because he has not been put under any impeachment trials. He has not been indicted. Yes, his son. Yeah, and I'm gonna be fair with people. I'm gonna bring up his son Hunter. His son Hunter's a criminal and a piece of shit, and he's paying the piper for it. But he's not Joe Biden, and also Joe Biden is no longer going to be president.
But okay. How is Kamala Harris an exciting candidate? What's about Kamala Harris?
I'm not arguing. So my argument's not that Kamala Harris is an exciting president. I frankly think that she's basically just going to be a repeat of everything that Biden is going to do. A lot of the statements she's made up to this date have basically stated so. Really, the only things that her and Tim Walz have pretty much said to try to like differentiate themselves is basically by using keywords like, saying that the right wing is weird. And apart from that, they have no different stances. The problem is that there's been this narrative that's been pushed around saying that the Democrat Party is so far left, when really when really, like, I mean, the candidates they have are centrist. I mean, like, if you actually like listen to the debates and the stuff they've been talking about with immigration, what they've been talking about with Israel is not really that much different than what Trump's talking about. I mean, the only difference is that Trump can push those easier because he said those from the beginning. He stood on that. But at the same time, I mean, the problem is when you have someone like Trump, he's an enabler. He enables people. He enables some of the worst people out there. And also this other narrative where you have people saying, "Oh, that like he's going to make a change." Are you really ready for that?
So basically, Hitman. So again, the point is Kamala Harris is essentially a trash candidate, but votes for her because Trump is even worse. That's pretty much the bottom line.
I mean, pretty much sums it up. That's the problem with American politics. That's the problem with American politics these days.
No. Hippen, then why did he take issue with what Nomad was saying? What was there to push back on from what Nomad was saying?
There's a ton to push back on.
Like
because the thing about it is that
running on is the Trump
let me talk.
Okay. What do you push back on? What would you push back on?
Because I mean, with her, she's a mediocre candidate, but she is not an absolutely terrible candidate. There are things that can be done with her that you can bring people to the table on both sides. I don't think you can do that with Trump. I don't think he's going to listen to a Democrat. I don't think he's going to listen to a liberal. I don't think he's going to listen to anybody on the left, to be frankly honest. And if you're trying to bring the country together and unite the country, you kind of need people on the left, even people on the far left in some cases when it comes to politics, because you got your Bernie Sanders, you got your AOCs, you got various other people like your Jill Steins and so on. And you got to get those people on board. Are you ready to talk to the far right then?
Are you ready to talk to the far right then? People who don't want people like me in the country. You're ready to talk to them as well then?
Are you really comparing AOC to a bunch of neo-Nazis?
Are we really
doing that?
I'm comparing the far left to the far right, yes.
Okay, wait, hold on. Okay. Let me come to Kenny. So, Kenny, your view on Kamala as an outsider, your view. Kenny.
Honestly, I have no dog in the fight. I don't live in the US. I watched the one debate because for me it's like I find it exactly. I find it the source of entertainment. But even lately, I can't even do it that much because this stuff be hella late, man. I have to go sleep, man. I have studies and that, but no, honestly, for me, I'm like the last few presidents for the United States for me it's been a joke.
It's been no because I think the reality is these are two trash candidates. I'm sorry, they are.
They're as bad as each other. Even Trump, honestly, probably anyone but Trump. Not anyone but Biden, because this man looks like he's on his last leg. I won't be surprised if this man must be. I don't know this guy. This guy, man. Now I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say, but this guy is not fit to be.
I think I knew what you're gonna say.
Yeah. Let's just say this guy is not fit to be no president. Yeah. But on the other two, you've seen what Trump has done. Like some people said, it does enable certain people in the country that may not have the best interest of I think the country as a whole. I think that honestly the Kamala Harris, I haven't really watched what our program is or what she's trying to do. But from what I'm hearing, it's similar to what Biden was doing. So I'm honestly, I don't know. I don't live in the country, so I wouldn't know what's best for the country. But from what I've seen, there's honestly, there's not really good points for any of them. For me, it's who's the
less evil.
Yeah, the less evil, basically. Both of them are bad. So it's whoever wins, cool. They're probably not going to get reelected. It's just going to be 4 years, and then in another 3 years and a half, we're going to have who is going to be the next US president. So I'm whoever it is, just make them give them the 4 years, and then let's go to the next candidate. Probably, hopefully for them, it would be a better person. But yeah,
Okay, so
it's bad people. It's not that good candidate.
So Vic, your views on actually no. So Vic, who do you think is going to win, Kamala or Trump?
Kamala, but me, I'm not even American. Like I'm actually Caribbean. I live in Belize, but I don't. It's interesting to watch how America is doing because it's it's that powerhouse. You prefer them.
But people are saying like, oh, you shouldn't comment on this if you're not American. And this is the point that I made on my video. The UN is trash. The UN is a bombers organization. Whoever rules America rules the world.
Yep.
So the leader of America affects all of us because that is the global power. So because America is literally whoever has the biggest army truly dictates what's happening in the world because the UN is useless. America can ignore the UN and do whatever the heck they want, which shows us no, this is the global power. Screw the UN. It's a country with the biggest army. But yeah.
But I think something I want to add to that, though, is that it's a combination of hard power and soft power. It's not just the military, but like the whole economic infrastructure that we have. We have the highest GDP. We have the highest debt. We have the highest.
Man, it's about who has the biggest guns.
Yeah. If I were to choose any nation to hold the keys, it would have preferably America. But overall, when I saw this debate, the thing is, I've been noticing Trump doesn't even ask questions in this debate, bro. He straight up dodges them, bro. Like it's some wild stuff. For me, I knew that Kamala Harris, like, of course, can't be fully trusted. Not even her own community likes her. It's some wild stuff. But for me, the thing is with Trump, I didn't have a preference for either of them. I wanted to see what they had to say. Just on my ideas, bro. Like Trump doesn't even defend himself. He doesn't even rebuttal any points. For me, he's more focused on slandering the person more than showing his policies. And Kamala, for me, like, is what I expect. What the normal Democratic Party from the United States tends to say. A lot of promises, no work. For me as a half black, half Spanish guy, like I have family up there, and the thing is one of these things. Like I see the brothers, like, bro, hopefully, man, they finally get something, like the reparations and all that stuff. But nah, zero hope. But yeah, Kamala's gonna win because when I go on Twitter, you would think that Trump is cooking. You would think that he's in the race. But let's be real, majority of the guys in there that are in the politics, majority of these guys are straight up racist. Bro, just being objective, just listening to these two speak, like Trump isn't even trying, bro. Like that's all I would say.
Okay, sure. Now I want to ask something to Wayne Hipman and then I'm going through it. Now this is slightly controversial. So this is something. So I was listening to this on a podcast, on like a video and everything. So Wink, why are so many black men in America voting for Trump and would rather vote for Trump than vote for Kamala? Why do you think that is? Because it's been a topic that I've seen in many circles online. Why do you think that is? As someone who lives in Texas.
All right. Thank you for asking me that question. First of all, there are so many reasons. First of all, we've seen Trump in office. Okay, here's one thing. I don't like human beings because they try to call you dumb when you don't agree with them. And that's one reason. I've heard that, these uneducated black men, because of $1,200, you guys want to vote for Trump. Then, dumbass bitch, if you're smart enough, send me $1,300, I'll vote for you. Like,
Kenny,
it was that easy. You have just proven to me you're not smart enough because if I vote for $1,200,
because the way Wing switches the accent is
it's weird.
Because if you're saying I voted for Trump for $1,200, then just give me $1,300, I'll vote for you. Like, clearly shows you're not smart enough. But anyway, that's besides the point. Number one, I hate the fact that, because I don't know the statistics, but I'm willing to bet that black women, like a more like college education, I believe they have more than black men. College, I see way more. Most of people I see in school are women in general. So I'm just speaking from a black man perspective. Black women are like I don't know what the number is. I don't follow politics closely. I say based on my personal life. From what I see, I think black women are maybe over 90% of them are going to vote for Kamala Harris. Maybe 95% or more.
Yeah.
That's what I feel. Now, this is directly to black women. I respect them, but at the same time, they're kind of doing to black men, damn nigga, get in line. And I'm just being honest. And black men hate that black women are taking them for like, bro, you see. So a lot of black men, they feel like, wait, I can make my own decisions.
Okay, wait, stop there. So is the vote a vote of defiance, or is it a vote of actual policy? So are the black men saying they're voting for like, oh no, because this is actually what I want to do, or no, you know what? I can make my own decision, and I'm going to prove to that I can make my own decision by just voting for Trump just and because. Then, why is it?
I want to jump in.
So you have that angle. Wait. And you also have the angle that this was a woman that was law enforcement. You want black men to vote for her, a woman that was law enforcement, and we are supposed to be just shut up and vote for her. And then you have to think about it. Black men remember life under Trump. It wasn't bad for us. It wasn't bad. And then
it wasn't great either. I'm just gonna say it wasn't great. And I'm a black American. I'm probably one of the few black Americans here. You're probably black American.
No. Wing lives in Texas.
Who is talking?
It was Hitman. No.
Brickman, aka Mixman. I was saying if your brickness transcends football into politics. So if that guy says here, bro. Look at
Don't even start.
You are international brick in every category. You know, Marino say you are a specialist in failure. You are a specialist in brickness, football, politics.
I know about my country.
Guys, order the court. Order. Time out. Okay, wait, continue. Wing, continue.
What football team does he support?
No, Wing. No, just focus. Okay, so Wing. So please explain. Okay, so continue.
I'm saying that the approach that black women and Kamala Harris have used towards black men has not been good. And if you approach people wrongly and they don't vote for you, you can't be mad at them.
Wing, didn't Obama say some like out of pocket shit the other day about like
exactly like bro? And then you have Biden. This is coming from a dude that I don't want to say anything. God bless the old and the demented. But dude said that if you don't vote for me, this guy went on. Charlemagne the God is one of the most respected voices in the black community. Yeah. He told that dude to his face, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. What?
That's bad. That's really bad. That's really bad.
That's wild.
That's no.
You say the N-word. That's just as disrespectful. Like he's taking you for like. You're a good boy.
Y'all are on that lane.
You know when you have a dog, you got Billy
Hitman, you can't. Hitman, you can't defend that. Hitman, that's what Biden said is because I saw it live.
That was crazy.
That is crazy.
Wing, didn't Obama say?
I'm not defending Biden, but then again, I can jump in and talk about every racist thing that Trump has done.
Wait.
Nobody's saying that Trump. Nobody's saying that Trump.
Yes, I can.
No. Hitman. We can't talk about one thing and say, well, no. Let's focus on this one thing. We know the racism. We know the baddest. But Hitman, Biden said, if you don't vote Democrat, you're not black. That's crazy.
Bro, did you see what Obama said too?
He said what has Trump said against black men that's worse than that?
Wing, let's chill.
Like he's insulted Asians. I'm not Asian. He insulted people from
Wing, Central Park 5. And they're good people on both sides with the guys with the tiki torches and so forth.
Here's what another thing that's
neo-Nazis, bro.
Brickman, aka Miss Man, a legacy in brickness. When you die, they will tell stories about how trash you were. Listen, when the media, tell me one far right media place. Okay, now we can count X. Before X, the only far right media news or media I knew was Fox News. I remember creating Twitter because
Newsmax.
Is this thing retarded? Shut up!
Wait. What did I win? Go for
I
it.
remember
Come to him.
creating Twitter because of HS channel because it was like, oh, get the links to hangouts. I should have known, bro. They're not letting me on this stuff on the main page. But like, yeah. But all I saw was LGBTQ propaganda. I was like, okay, so this is like a far left app. So I was fine with it. I was rolling with it. The only time I don't like is that right now it's far right. When I go on, I blocked Elon, but somehow I'm still getting him on my page. I don't understand. The reason why it seems like, oh, it's way more far right than it was left leaning is because you have one solid central figure that you can point at. It's still an extremist app. It's just that it's switched now to the right.
So but again, back to the original thing. So again, just to sort of second it. So what do you think is the general reason you think most black men in America are going to vote for Trump as someone who lives in America, specifically in Texas?
Because I watched because I'm not really hearing what from Kamala or Kamala how she's going to help us. All I keep hearing is that Trump is bad. Trump is bad. Well, maybe she has said things of how she's going to support black men. But here's where I think she's failed or her team has failed. The number one message that we've been hearing is Trump is bad. That has superseded any other message that she has. Let it be like a message of this is my plan. So when you keep telling us that someone is bad, that's your number one message. We become skeptical of you, knowing your background as, okay, this was someone that was a prosecutor. Knowing that background, then you have black women who are telling you, get in line, like, bro, do what you're supposed to do. Like, we're supposed to just vote for her. And then you remember the fact that, okay, some people might say that life was not exceptional back then, but at least life under Trump was better under Biden. These are certain factors. Then the black man's like, hold on, wait a minute. These niggas trying to run game on me. It starts making, like, are you seeing where I'm going? There are those little things. So that's why you have hood dudes in Florida going Trump 2024. That's my own world. That's my explanation.
Let me hear from Judgment. So
the thing is, the sentiment is right now that the Democrat Party is the party of masculine women and effeminate men. And that's where the messaging has gone wrong. And the black men are not going to accept that.
Wait.
He's talking for black people. No. I'm
talking about all men. I'm talking about all men.
Wait. Hold on. Let me come to. I want to come to Judgment. I want to come to Judgment as another black guy who lives in America. And it is. I want to come to you afterwards. So Judgment, as another black guy who lives in America, why do you think most black guys, there's so much support of black men supporting Trump as someone who lives in Virginia?
Oh yeah, my reason I think they're either poor or dumb.
Man's black.
Those are the reason. Because it's like
hold on, Jimmy. You said they're poor or dumb. That's why they're voting for Trump.
Bro. So Wing, in which category do you belong?
That's you see. That's why I said that.
He's Kamala Harris. No, he's
you're proving my point because you're proving my point because keep looking at them like that, they'll keep voting Trump with your stupid ass.
Oh no, it's like
Ricardo, I can hear your rustling.
Oh my bad.
Wait.
Just
continue. Because it's like the whole thing about first of all like the Democrats not caring about first of all the one point made that the president doesn't matter, that it's made on the department. That's not true because personally my life has improved because of Biden and his policies and what Kamala is doing. So I think what Wayne is saying and what Norman is saying, I think that's just GOP propaganda. The whole stupid. I mean, maybe it's too harsh, but they're not. It's just misinformed. I think because it's like Trump. What Trump cares about is the economy and making himself rich and his buddies. Like his main policy is like tax cuts for the rich. That's like even I saw the one person ask Trump a question like, "Oh, he has kids and he's struggling at the cost of living," and Trump even. He finds it hard to pretend to care. Like he has a difficult pretending to care about people, and he just says, "Oh, well, the economy will be well." And so I don't think he cares that much. He just cares about making money, and the effect is like people benefit, but he people. That's what he cares about. And all about the Kamala and like the black men and stuff. I just think they are misinformed, and I think Republicans think black men are stupid enough to vote for them, and so they push out this propaganda. That's why I say that was my reasoning. I don't mean like anyone is stupid or anything. I just say I think they're misinformed.
Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, so no. I want to come to 87 because 87 hasn't spoken yet. So 87 again, I'll come to him with the whole thing. So 87. So who? Because I don't want to. It's wrong to ask who you're going to vote for. Judging from both guys, again, someone else who does live in America, who do you see winning?
It's a tricky one because. See, the thing is, I think people are forgetting that the most important thing in the United States is not about like it's not about like your views on like certain genders and all that. It's about the economy. The economy is actually the most important thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I think people are not realizing that's the most important thing. That's what people should be focusing on most. And the problem is that with Kamala Harris, we don't know exactly what she's going to follow. We're assuming she's going to do something like Biden, whereas Trump. We under his presidency, the economy was good until COVID came. Until COVID came, the economy was terrible. So that's
okay. Well, that's interesting. So you feel that skip all the BS and everything. What Trump has is we've seen what the economy was like under Biden, and we feel that Kamala just going to continue what Biden is doing, and Trump is at least it's like something we don't know, rather than doing something that we know, which is the 4 years where the economy has been bad. Trump. COVID is what's messed him up. Let's get Trump back in a world that doesn't have COVID, which is what's ruined him. So is that what the sentiment is?
Yeah. And also another thing is that under Trump, there was no wars that started. Like he didn't start any wars. And I think of all the presidents in the 21st century, I think a war has occurred in every president, if I'm not mistaken.
That's interesting. Okay. Wait. Hold on. Before I go to Hitman, let me hit the jobs and come to Hitman. So, David, thank you. Black men feel like they have voted for the Democrats without gaining anything. But the problem is they vote but don't demand anything. DACA kids did. Also, the black woman's reproductive rights are at stake. No, look, see, for me, I feel that this, again, people don't really do this, but look at policies. Again, so my uncle lives in Atlanta. And I've not asked him who he's voting for yet, but for a long time he's Republican because my uncle is a surgeon. It's really well paid, earns a lot of money, and he votes Republican because that is what will give him as much money and allow him to take home as much money for his family and for my cousins and so forth. So it goes to the point that 87 is making is that like a lot of people are like, oh, this is that and everything. People vote for how will my family be helped? What will be best for my family and my security? That is your first. If you're a father of a household, your number one priority is what is best for my family. Which is why, so if you believe that Kamala Harris has a plan that will make sure that my family has the most amount of money, that's who I will vote for. If you feel Trump is, so I think, so when the mistake people shouldn't make is, I'm a Trump supporter. Oh, you're racist. No, I'm sports. Now, some people who support Trump may be racist, but some guys may support Trump because, no, I think that his policies will help me as an individual. What about this? What about that? I don't care. My main priority is my family good. First is my family good. Afterwards, everything. As a father of a household or as a mother, my priority is which president is going to ensure that my family has the best possible life financially. That is my duty as a mother or as a father and as a breadwinner. Everything else is secondary.
The one thing about Trump, like that I want to push it, he racked up a lot of debt. So how much of that, like economy doing well, how is that even sustainable? Like with the tax cuts, the huge debt, like how is that even sustainable? And then the tariffs.
He says he has concepts of a plan. So actually, wait, hold on. Wait, let me go to this. So shout out to Stephen. Black men are voting for Trump for his policy. A so-called black woman with a white husband wants to shame black men to vote for her. The constant disrespect towards black men is the result of this.
Bro, she got a white husband. This is where I do need to jump in.
This is where I need to jump in.
Hold on.
Looking at it from the outside, Americans, you guys love racial identity so much.
Yeah, exactly.
But look at the history of America, though.
No, I agree.
How do you go away from when you look at the history of the country?
Is this going to be your existence for eternity?
Exactly. For the next 1,000 years, that's all they're going to talk about.
Hold on. David C. They asked for policy. She gave them policy. They don't understand the Republicans have held the House, so no pro-Democrat laws can pass here.
How come I always hear blame game? All I know is under Trump, life was better. Simple.
Okay, she changes policies like a chameleon, no identity. Wow.
She says what she's told.
They say, I do not care if she is a celery stick. If she's open to reparations more than Trump, I'd vote for her. But then I would demand things with my votes. That's fair. Shogun Assassin, imagine Kamala trying to stop Russia or China going to war with other countries. That's 50 billion to Ukraine is loading. Okay, Hitsman, talk to me.
Okay, so I see a lot of crap being pushed around, but there was one thing that the last speaker brought up about there being no military conflict, no new wars under Trump. Bro, like, I'm in the fucking army, and I've got friends between those years who were doing things in places they shouldn't be doing things in. Let's just say that. I can't say anything beyond that. But
please don't.
But either way, but if anybody's saying that the U.S. has actively been in war since has actively been in a war every year since 1776, you can research that. You can look that up every single year. Secondly, I mean, apart from that, I mean, like the whole thing with people talking about black people.
There we go. So I want you to jump off on why do you think most black men are voting for Trump? What is the attraction?
The thing is that most black men aren't going to vote for Trump. That's the point. Because I mean, let me throw something out there.
That is
so.
True.
Let me throw something out there. People like the Republican Party was pushing a narrative, that like over the last election that Trump got the most non-white votes of any presidential candidate in history, like from a Republican. Yet they didn't really they didn't actually want to put out the numbers. Do you know how much the percentage of black men actually voted for Trump last election?
How many?
It was like 20%. It was like 24%.
Oh, okay. So you believe that?
And they advertised that like it's a big thing. The problem is that too many people are getting overinflated in some of these little like in these little culture like podcasts that they have that are on Twitter, that are on X, that make you think that black men are going to be voting mostly Republican this time around. Now, here's the thing. I think that more black men will vote Republican and vote Trump for one reason or another. But I still think that it'll be under 50%. It'll be less.
No. But Yadin, what is the reason those black men have voted for Trump? Are they voting for Trump based off of policy? Are they voting it as a defiance against the Democrats? It's
multifaceted. I mean, numerous different reasons. I mean, some people are fed up with Democrat policies. You're right. I mean, like there's people in the hood. I mean, like you gotta look at it this way. They're blue cities with blue mayors and blue fucking like and blue everything where the infrastructure is messed up, where the police systems are all messed up, and the only people you can look at are people who have a D in front of their name, mayor D in front of their name, house member D under their name. I mean D next to their name, or senator D next to their name. I mean places like Chicago, places like New York City, places like I don't know, like Detroit. Mm-hmm. Like those places are genuinely messed up, and they're under Democrat leadership, and like the Democrat leadership isn't fixing things. At the same time, I mean, you've got people who are, I mean, when in reality, the thing is that a lot of these places are getting fucked over by both sides, like both the Democrats and the Republicans. I mean, whether it's through different policies, like one of the policies as to why I'm completely against Trump is that many people have heard this, that he's actually pushing a national emphasis to expand qualified immunity. Does anybody here know what qualified immunity is?
Explain.
Qualified immunity basically means that if that you can't sue a police officer if he conducts an act of violence of you, whether justified or unjustified. So if, let's say, you get killed, your family can't sue that cop. Meaning that
he can say I fear for my life and he'll get away with it.
Bingo. It expands all the protections beyond amongst that.
Yeah.
And
that sounds like a lie. Knowing Hitman is probably a lie, but
it's not a lie. I mean, you can look.
It's true.
You can look on Donald Trump's website.
No offense, but I believe
so. Wait,
it's gone over you.
But think about a policeman could just kill anybody, and that's it.
Yes, I mean because one of the complaints from a lot of Republicans in red states was after the George Floyd riots that police were not able to do their job, that police were not getting the protections they need.
Leaving out something.
Wait, actually, hold on. Let me quickly take a because I want to ask something. So let me quickly cut this up. So shout out to David C. It's also kind of crazy that the prosecutor didn't push for immunity for the police. The alleged criminal is, and we know which communities get affected.
Well,
this is towards Kamala.
He's not alleged, but he's convicted, man. They don't call him alleged, man.
Also, she used people who were on death row for labor illegally.
Okay, so I want to ask. So Ricardo, I want to ask you because you raised something interesting, and we have to talk about this. So I was watching. I didn't watch the whole thing. So I was watching a clip of Shannon Sharp's interview with Kamala Harris, and then he made mention that you were also like the first Indian American senator or something, and then she quickly responded like, and I was also the second black so and so. So I do feel that, and this is, people can say it's a sad reality that this should be a thing in 2024, but I feel like if Kamala Harris feels that she needs to push the black parts of her politically, because that is just good politics. Because I think she did a cooking show with Mindy Kaling. Even though Mindy Kaling, she's an Indian actor, she was on The Office and she does like loads of stuff. And she was doing the show with Mindy Kaling, and Mindy Kaling said, so you're Indian, and she pretty much really linked into like her Indian heritage. And I was going to do a video of this because what's interesting though is that I think their dad left them, who is Jamaican, quite early. So she and her sister, Maya Harris, grew up with their Indian mother. So I believe that she really probably is more closer to, she is more close to her Indian mother than her father, who she's been like estranged with. But she went to Howard University. So there's that kind of dichotomy in there. So Ricardo, and I'll come through the rest of the video. So Ricardo, do you feel that Kamala is sort of trying to cosplay too much of being black, or why should that even be an issue? She's half black, she's half Indian. Let her just be what she is. Ricardo. What doesn't Ricardo listen to this thing? What's it called?
Can I speak on this?
Can I speak on this?
Let me go to Kenny then. So Nomad Kenny. So Kenny, do you think the whole racial thing, do you think it's unfair that people are questioning Kamala's race, specifically black people who are like, man, she's not black, she's cosplaying, she's just really Indian? Is that an unfair attack on her?
For me, with this race stuff, like I don't know, you don't fully know what happened in their life. So I don't like people being like police or like the police of race or stuff like that. I don't know what happened in her life. I don't know how she grew up. Obviously, you have some stories, but you don't know what happened. Like you will know with that every day of her life. So I'm like, some people saying you're not really black, or some people saying maybe you're not. Obviously, that's your right at the end of the day. But for me, I don't like policing like race. I don't like people like saying that. Is that
okay, but why do you think? Because again, it's stuff that I've read, especially online, bro. Lord Jamal literally came out with a terror of like, and she's not black. She's not really fully black. And even as well, because Kenny, it goes even deeper. Because now there's a separation of like, are you black American? Are you a descendant of slaves? And if you're not really black American, then you're not really black, which is wild.
A lot of the stuff when people say they're not really black, they don't mean about your heritage. They mean like probably how you grew up. or probably where you lived or stuff like that. That's what they usually when they say you're not black, probably they mean like maybe you didn't go through the people might say the struggle, or maybe you didn't go through certain hardship that black people have to go through. Maybe I think that's what they mean when they say they're not black. Obviously, you're black, like you're black, you're from Africa, your heritage is black. But when they say that you're not black, probably they mean like the way you were brought up, or maybe you didn't go through certain stuff that they had to go through as black people per se. I think that's what people mean when they say you're not black or stuff like
that. Nomad, thoughts?
It is. You know how she made her career, right? How she got into politics. Should we get into that now on this podcast? Like,
I'm not sure.
I would.
Okay.
Yes. Let's get into that. It's a lie, so I want to hear. Like, she slept with people.
Not people. A guy, not people. I wouldn't say people, but a guy. And she was officially dating him, so there's nothing wrong in that. But it is what it is, you know.
Speculation and rumors.
Let's go there. Because it's like,
it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Like, she's in California, in Hollywood, Silicon Valley. That's their whole culture. That's the Californian culture. Everyone does that over there. It's fucking Sodom and Gomorrah over there. That's what California is. So I wouldn't blame her. But AJ, she's a career politician. She's used whatever she has to get ahead. She's a careerist. She did that when she was in California. She did that when she had to get into VP, when Tulsi Gabbard literally bitch-slapped her with the back of her hand on public TV. She still wanted to get that VP job. And she made the kind of moves. She went to the donors. She pulled the strings. She went to Biden. She went to his wife. And she did her thing. You know, like, you have to give her respect in at least in that way. You know, she'll do anything for her job. Anything.
But isn't that the same as most people? When you really look deep into how people has
exactly. But
now you don't seem to know white old ladies.
But if you're a singer, actor, athlete, doctor, engineer, scientist, researcher, professor, fine. But you're in charge of other people's lives, dude. Like, you can't be a politician or a judge or a cop and be a careerist. Like, you're supposed to be a public servant, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're not a scientist, or you're not someone working in sanitation. Like, you're a public servant. You're in charge of millions. And in California's case, she was in charge of countless millions of people. And you see how many people left. There's literally a Cal exit movement on social media with people leaving California. California is the only state with net negative immigration. And that's her legacy. So, no, AJ. Like, the thing is, AJ, she's phony. You know, she's phony. Like, you can give her respect for where she comes from.
But I want to talk about the whole
race thing.
Yeah, the race thing specifically. Yeah,
racing. AJ, thing is, if you want to say whether she's really black or not, should we really talk about Obama then? Should we go there?
Oh no, Obama is half black, half white. Was raised by his white mother from Oklahoma, but he presented himself and viewed himself as somebody who was black. So,
and even then, he's a second-generation immigrant, right?
Yeah.
So he doesn't come from slavery, segregation, Jim Crow.
No.
So, I mean,
that is a thing that I find interesting, because Obama isn't this quote unquote FBA Black America because his father is Kenyan. So
but his wife is.
What do you mean by his wife?
I mean, Michelle Obama. She's FBA.
No.
Is that Obama?
No, I'm specifically about Barack Obama himself. What about Michelle Obama? That's his wife. Talk about her. So I'm just saying that for Kamala Harris is that I just want to know that what is this issue and this dialogue of, is she really black? She's not really black. And when it's like race is very complicated, and it isn't just a 1 + 1 = 2.
The thing is, AJ, the black community is has always been really important for the Democrat platform. Like, because they're basically a voting bloc. You are guaranteed 90% vote in the Black American community, and no other non-white community can guarantee you that right now. Before, sure, but right now it's only the Black American community outside of the white community that can guarantee you like a 90% vote minimum. So when you have a reserved voting bloc that you know is going to give you 90% of the vote, you're going to placate them, right? Like you're going to say that I'm black. Even her father's Caribbean as well, right? So I mean, come on, it's like she's playing the political game. She's like, because the identity is a big thing in the Democrat Party. Identity is a big thing in California, where she comes from. And everything is what race are you? What ethnicity are you? What gender are you?
That's all of America. That's all of America.
All that matters over there. That's all they talk about. They have nonsensical jobs that shouldn't even exist, paying stupid wages.
All of America. Don't even like play that.
Hold on, but Hitsman, it goes back to the points that was made by Wing when Biden said that if you don't vote Democrat, then you ain't black. So that connects well.
Let me bring up a point. Let me bring up a point here.
Hold on, but it makes sense because the unfortunate thing is, don't view me on my race, view me on my policies. But this, hold on. That's in a utopia. But the reality is, Kamala has to keep pushing the whole black thing, because Biden literally said, if you don't vote Democrats, you ain't black. So there is obviously a racial dynamic.
Let me run you through history of the past 50 years, past 60 years, post segregation of what the Republican Party has actually done for the black community. Do you know a certain thing called the war on drugs? Do you know a certain thing called the war on crime? Both of those were probably the most detrimental things to the black community between the 70s up until today. They have put many black men, women, and children in jail, mainly black men. One of those, the war on crime, that was initiated by, who is it? Richard Nixon, that's right. And who is he? A Republican. And the war on drugs, that was also Richard Nixon, but was expanded by Ronald Reagan, another wonderful Republican. On top of that, I mean, pretty much policies throughout that. So
how does this validate Biden saying if you don't vote for me, you're not black?
It doesn't validate. I'm not validating anybody. I'm putting out points as to why people vote. Why people have voted for Democrats versus why people voted for Republicans. And then the other things too is that
just real quick. So, do you feel that Biden is right to say that if you are black, you should vote Democrats based on what Republicans have done to black people?
He's not in the right. He wasn't in the right at all to say that. I'm not saying that he was right. I'm not saying anybody's right, because I mean, especially if you're saying some dumb shit like that, you shouldn't be running for president. You should know your audience, know who you're fucking talking to, because at the end of the day, we're all being played for fools by our parties. They're talking in their little private rooms. They're talking behind their backs about political strategy, talking derogatorily about black people, regardless of whichever one. Like if you go into the strategy room of the Biden campaign, the Harris campaign, or the Trump campaign, you're gonna hear the same shit. You'll probably hear more offensive jokes on the Republican side, but you get the idea. They're only looking at people as numbers, as states within, as numbers within states of electoral votes. That's all they see you as.
Okay, just one
sec.
Can I speak as the Juju man?
No matter, go for it.
Hitman, you were talking about the war on crime, right? Where a disproportionate amount of black people were put in prison for low-level crimes, right? Unfairly. We can all agree to that happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the war on crime. the crime bill was written by Joe Biden, and he called black people predators.
I think we need to expand on that, because people love to talk about the 1994 crime bill that was signed by Bill Clinton. First of all, that crime bill, yes, it was signed, but it was a bipartisan bill that was written, filled out, and signed by multiple senators, along with the Congressional Black Caucus, which, by the way, that's a section of the U.S. Congress which are black contingency of senators and House members, as well as people from local black communities within affected communities, black churches, and so on. This was a widely supported thing, and they basically created a monster. Essentially, they were thinking that this would keep people safe. Essentially, it had the reverse effect, and led to people getting. I mean, more black people.
Wait, hold on. Juju Man and then AK. Juju Man.
Yes. So like what Hitman was saying is important. It's the same why, like, if you see why the blacks vote for Democrats, it's like the 1965 the voting rights, where like the Democrats started like what's called supporting, like being aligned with the civil rights causes, and that made, the Republicans right now in the South, who used to be Southern Democrats. So like some of these guys felt like we don't want to be like with the party that aligns itself with civil rights cases. That's why they went to the modern Republican, and it's like that's why you see a lot of blacks like they go for Democrats. It's good. That's like the period in time, like it's because of the Voting Rights Act. That's what happened, and then that's why you see, even if you look back in history, like you'd hear someone like Abraham Lincoln, who was a Republican, used to fight for like end of slavery. But it changed recently. So that's like what the Hitman was saying. It was really important. That's what I wanted to add.
Juju Man is right on point, because one thing you also have that a lot of people, and even like you have some like Republican people trying to basically revisionize this, but the ideologies of the party switched in the 1960s. After that, that's why there was a term used called the Dixiecrats.
That's nonsense.
So how this thing got to sign the $1,200
Okay, why are not America? Why are people who are not from America, who have not taken U.S. history classes, telling an American what our history is?
Because history books exist.
That sounds just like the racist that you're trying to tell us about.
And Americans have taught the world that men can get pregnant and women have penises. So you need a better education.
That's propaganda. That's propaganda.
Okay. You need that shit to the rest of the world. You're exporting that.
Okay, let's leave that to Mbappe.
Yeah. Mbappe, we can talk about him later. But so what was the question?
Yeah, that's on the other channel.
No. So actually, hold on, wait. So actually, what was the okay, so basically, yes. Why do you think there's so much racial talk? And then with so many questions about Kamala Harris' racial identity, why isn't there a focus on policy? And why is there so much talk about race with regards to politics and policy in America?
Because the country of America is a is a racial identity country in itself. Like everything is about race when it doesn't need to be. Like, bro, like if your point about Kamala Harris is the fact that she's half black and half Indian as the reason why you're not voting for her, like, with all due respect, you're just dumb. Like what policies is she giving? How is she gonna help you economically? How is she gonna help you socially? Like that's what I look at, but I don't know why there's such a conversation about racial identity, especially during Kamala Harris. Like, if I remember, I don't believe there was as much talk during Obama, or I might have been
There
too
was.
young. Was there?
There was, along with birtherism.
Oh, okay.
You're muted.
Oh, no, there was, because I remember that there was a lot.
Can I go on this?
Okay. So let AK finish and then come to you, Ricardo.
So,
AK, go for it.
At the end of the day, for me, like, I mean, for me, I don't care if she's half black, half Indian. It is what it is. what are you trying to do to help? I look out for myself. What are you trying to do to help me live live a good life in this country? And what are you trying to do to help others, middle class people, to help them live a good life in this country is ultimately what I am looking at in terms of your policy, in terms of policies, and in terms of what you're putting out there. For me, I don't care about this half black, half Indian nonsense. So just put that
You're so
out there.
stupid, man.
Just put that out there.
It's
What's
kind
Ricardo, go
so
for it. Wait, Ricardo.
Ricardo doesn't like. Look, a lot of my view and opinion on it always comes from the outside because I've been in America here and there, a lot of family there. Because I always have these conversations with them. The way I see it, it's just the common tactic of divide and conquer. Like, and race has always been one of the best formulas to do that. And the real reason, like, I understand why they use that tactic is because when you get people in an emotional state, when you talk about race, they get emotional. And then, for the most part, logic isn't the primary concern at that point. This has always been like, this is how I see it. This is how it's always been broadcasted. Whether it's on Twitter, whether it's on legacy media, blah blah blah. And there are obviously a good proportion of people that believe that race is a very important factor when it comes to politics, given the history of the country, which has its valid points. There's no denying that. However, I always question whether is this going to be the eternal existence of this country where everything needs to be about race and not about the quality of the person and how you represent the identity of what it is to be American, right? Because if your identity of to be American is to divide racially, then the concept of what is American is inherently fucked up. Because there will never be unity amongst all Americans, all right? Now, this goes even down to the language. I mean, why is it that nobody calls white people European Americans? Why is it only African American?
Because most of you guys are Germans, English, Irish, Italians.
French.
Like, there is no real American because you're all descendants of Germans, Italians, things and so forth. But
right. Yeah. So regarding Kamala Harris, I think this alludes to one of the points earlier about how she was put in a fortunate position. I vividly remember when she was elected or chosen as the VP for Biden, her running mate. A big point of that. Oh, hold on one second. Sorry.
Yeah.
A big point of that was that because India at the time was emerging as a superpower, and I think they're the most populous country in the world nowadays. Kamala Harris was used as leverage to have a relationship with India. That was one of the reasons, and it kind of made sense at the time. And now we see where India's at. I mean, a lot of, there's, at least in Canada, there's been a massive immigration with Indians coming to our country. But even her black side, you can kind of foresee it at the time that when Obama was running, a lot of the Democratic sentiment of pushing Obama as president was like, you can make history right now and witness and be part of history and voting and electing your first ever black president, when in reality it's your first non-white president, because even his blackness was in question regarding because he's raised by a white mother, this and that.
But the narrative was the first black.
And this is something that's I've noticed. I'm sure a lot of Americans have noticed this by now, that the Democratic Party, they love to have the first of something, and they love to build a lot of their sentiments.
No, because again, that was the point I was making to thinking, because that's why I even started the question, because when I was watching the Shannon Sharp interview, Shannon Sharp said to Kamala, like, oh, so you were the first Indian American senator. And then Kamala then quickly said, well, I was also the second black, blah, blah, blah. Right. Why did she feel she had to make the point? Because her advisors have said, black, get that black in there. And if don't really push the whole India thing, because the black thing, for some strange reason, is going to help to keep people
Americans.
It's because race and class has been tied with America for its entire history. I mean,
it shouldn't. The opposite, it shouldn't be, and that's the sad thing.
Yeah, and then obviously with Kamala, I mean, what Obama said the other day, honestly, it was weird, and I have a lot of respect for Obama as a figure. Really, he's one of my favorite like figures. I don't his policies based on some of my friends they've told me and their black experiences with their family that live in America haven't been the best under his presidency, but that Obama's saying like if you're a black man and you don't vote for Kamala Harris, you're a misogynist. That's weaponizing black masculinity at that point.
Wait, hold up. Did he really say Did he really use the word
Wait,
misogynist?
he did not just say that. Obama also
He
said
said much worse. He said much worse.
Obama also said if you're a Muslim American, you're upset about what's happening in the Middle East. Why would you put your faith in somebody who passed a Muslim ban and repeatedly suggested that you aren't part of the American community? Keep in mind, Obama dropped 26,000 bombs on the Middle East in 2016, one every 20 minutes. 90% of those bombs killed innocent civilians.
AK, I think it's more complicated.
But then again, something
Is it
90% of 26,000 bombs killed innocent civilians.
The problem is that you can't.
Wait, hold on, Ricardo.
So this
He
is
was
what I mean.
called. He was called the
Wait,
bomber
hold on,
in
one at
chief.
a time, Ricardo.
Just one
Hold on,
sentence.
No,
I'm just-
Ricardo.
I'm
One at a time.
I'm just gonna close out. So this is exactly what I mean with the Democratic Party. Like, and look, I understand the game. Like, I understand why you're weaponizing race, you're weaponizing emotion in when it comes to voting for the Democratic Party. This is something they've always done. You can question it morally whether it's the right thing to do, but if it gets you in that position, I guess the end justifies the means. It's just to me, it's a very immoral thing to do because then you're building on the whole idea that the concept of dividing this country on the basis of race or whatever identity is never going to cease to exist. So, and that's just how I view it.
Yeah, HH,
I'm
can I
gonna,
go
but
next?
I'm gonna bring up, but I want to bring up a counterpoint. I want to bring up a counterpoint.
Wait, hold on. Let me bring it on Disputed and come to Hip and then Bopinda. On Disputed to go for it.
Yeah, man. I think that a lot of people are asking why bring race into it, and the reality is because it works. People are more likely to people are just like not everyone. A lot of people are smart and they just vote by policies, but a lot of people are just stupid and be like, oh, this person looks like me, then let's just vote this way.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and that's the unfortunate situation.
No. That's fact. It does work.
Yeah,
Because reality is that, and I said this in my video, 99% of people are stupid and can be very easily led, and that's just the reality. But
Yeah, and then that's we have a lot of, and unfortunately, America is one of the most diverse countries in the world. So you obviously have a massive white population, a growing Latino population. There's always been a black population there. You have a lot of Indians and Chinese coming in now. So the more diverse it is, the more these race games the politicians that are going to play it, right? And I think we ask a lot of questions like, why do, for instance, black people vote mostly left wing or Democrat? Or we can extend this even to other countries. But another interesting question, I think, is why do white people? I think we haven't really touched it. Why do they overwhelmingly, not overwhelmingly, white women don't, but especially white, why do they overwhelmingly support Republican, right wing? And I think there's quite a few reasons.
Wait, hold on. No. You have to say that's tricky. Are you saying white men, white women, older white men, young? Because I think you need to pretty much clearly define what's demographic of Caucasians.
White men. I think, and we're going to get into some controversial stuff, but that has to be said, right? I think it's true for America. It's true for Britain, where right-wing parties are gaining a lot of momentum. It's true for Germany, and the truth is, what it really is that it goes back to the border, and it's all very. It's really very simple. No group of people, especially if you feel like you're part of a community and you're simplistic, they don't want to see their numbers dwindle in what they perceive as their country. That's the truth. This is true for the UK, where essentially there's a lot of very good white British people. They're very liberal as well. There's a large group of white British people that don't want to see their country become more diverse. They want to remain the dominant majority, and it's same true for Germany. And here's the thing: to some extent, in those countries, I can see their argument, but I don't see it with America fundamentally, because if you look at the history of America, it is a colonial state which was taken forcibly from the Hispanics, or the ones that now live in Mexico, and the famous battles.
No, indigenous. It was taken from the indigenous.
Yeah, the indigenous. They're indigenous, and the Mexicans are very closely related. By the way, and they've over 90% of their population was genocided. But at the end of the day, right now, white Americans are the majority. But that's dropping. It drops every single decade, and there's millions of people coming in through America, legally or illegally, through the border, and there's a lot of towns now, a lot of cities in America that have been very quickly diversified, and there's some white people who embrace it, and there's some white people who don't like it because some problems can come out of it. And there's a brewing sense of resentment in white people that their numbers are dwindling in what they perceive to be their America. They think that whether you want to whether you people agree with it or not, they think that's their country, and they really hate the fact that they're becoming a minority in their country, and that's why Trump is probably going to dominate the white vote in the next election.
It is true. It is true.
No,
It is completely
but
true.
hold on, real quick. So, on this basis, who do you think is winning then? If you had to say who's winning next week?
Trump. It's I think Kamala and Biden have essentially fucked up their economy too much. And I'm not even taking sides here. I'm not even saying Trump's going to be much better for the economy. To be honest, I think Trump is going to do worse in the Middle East than Kamala is. I think Trump is the way Trump talks about the conflict essentially in Israel. He says go all in, go all in. He's actually going to be worse. He might be better for Ukraine. He'll try to get that settled, but I think Israel has a lot of influence on.
And also, I think like if you're Putin, you want Trump to win. Because my thing is, guys, see, this is beyond just America. As I told you, the UN is a bomb-ass organization. It's irrelevant. They are useless. So whoever wins, it's going to greatly affect foreign policy. So Israel, Gaza, Ukraine, and of course, what's happening with Russia, China, and so forth. And I do believe that because Russia knows they can handle and control Trump, Putin and our friend in North Korea, they want Trump to win. And they're probably going to interfere in these elections. So these elections are very important with regards to foreign policy and what the world is going to look like for the next 4 years.
I think there's two parties that want Trump to win from the outside. Israel wants Trump to win, and Russia wants Trump to win. They both
wait. No, Israel also wants Kamala to win.
I think Trump
Israel doesn't care who.
No, Israel doesn't care who.
Bibi doesn't like Israel
Kamala.
is good either way. No, Israel is good either way.
Yeah,
but realistically,
Israel is good either way.
Israel is good either way.
Yeah. So
Israel has a lot of influence in America in particular. I think that but the only thing with Trump is that he'll be more aggressive on the offensive against Gaza than Biden will be. That's the only.
Okay, so
the economy will get worse under Trump. So I don't know about that.
Okay, let me bring it and Bupin the thoughts on the whole thing, Trump thing, and who you think is going to win.
I think it's been. I can't remember the last time it was that close, because even with Hillary and Trump, we knew like there was a dominant narrative in terms of Hillary is going to win. Hillary is going to win. I think this time around, it's maybe for 2 or 3 weeks people say Trump is going to win, then it's Kamala. It's very difficult to say, but as someone from watching from the outside, I'm gonna be honest. I tend more to the left, and as a German, looking at it, I'm kind of fearing if Trump wins, because I do think everything that happens in America, politically, 4 to 5 years later, that the same thing happens in Germany, and if that continues to happen, that development,
So why do you think there's a knock-on effect of what happens in the US to what happens in Germany?
Because for example, the AfD, they clearly look at Trump and look at the Republican Party and try to emulate the same thing here. I mean, for my entire life, I think the migration wasn't as big as talked about as it is right now, in Germany. And I think also, populism and, lying about. But okay, I don't want to talk about Germany, but with regards to the US, I think Kamala that whole identity thing. I don't think it's her fault, because also she has to play in it, because people are asking of her, oh, are you more Indian? Are you more or do you consider yourself as an Afro American? I think she has to play.
No, because see, this is a very tricky thing, because again, I'm fully black, but I have friends who are half white, half black, or people who have like dual race. Because I've always found it odd that Kamala Harris is like, I'm black, black, black. I'm like, if you're saying you're black, 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 you literally grew up with your Indian mother, and you and your sister are much closer to your Indian mother than your father, who left away from you. So why wouldn't you just say, I'm half black, half Indian, half black, half Indian? But unfortunately, because people are so dumb and we live in a binary world, you have to be binary of like black, 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 black. Even if you are probably have close ties to your Indian heritage, you have to sort of ignore that, because saying you're half Indian and half black doesn't work as well than saying you're black. That's just the sad reality.
We're focusing too much on if she's black or Indian. Shout out to the Indian people. When I was a freshman in college, I used to go to this Indian buffet called Melo Mana Cuisine. I was the only black dude in there, so they used to feed me really good. I was like, oh yeah, this dude is coming up. So they used to give me extras and all that. That's if she's Indian or black, it doesn't matter. My thing is, do we have any pro Kamala people here? What is the benefit of voting for Kamala Harris as a young black man? Just tell me.
You can bring her to the table to negotiate. You could bring her to the table to negotiate. You're not guaranteed that with Trump. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, because at the end of the day,
what? Oh Lord.
I mean, this thing, but that's the point, because you can get your constituents, regardless of what party you support, and actually bring her to the table. Because I mean, you could basically be like, she put out because if you looked at some of the stuff in her plan, she put out a plan for Black Americans, primarily black men. I could provide the PDF for you if you'd like.
Yes.
So you can actually read it for yourself.
Just tell me, because Trump might not have a specific plan for young black men, but listen, the number one thing about the young black man is get money. So Trump is a money getting nigga. So that's what
I mean. Like, what policy has he
somebody said reproductive rights? What do you want to cut my blockers or what?
Thank you. Bopinda, please continue.
It's on the identity thing. I mean, I kind of get it in terms of, I'm also Indian.
Yes.
Or my heritage. I do consider myself as a German, mostly because I've been raised here. Many of my friends are German, because the Indian community is not that big in Germany. But to be honest, I think it is very difficult for probably for someone like her to have a clear.
She has to play into the black, and she can't bring up her Indian heritage. She can't, because it's not good politically.
For someone from the outside looking, I also always find it very fascinating how much race does play a part in politics in the U.S. Just like Wing just said. Wing said, "Oh, what does Kamala do for young black men?" It's not a question of.
But my thing though is that, again, we look at the history of America. Look at slavery. Look at Jim Crow, look at the 60s. Based off, like, your country is very rooted in what its history is. And America's particular histories, particularly its racial history tied into slavery, Jim Crow, it is going to take much longer for there being a world in America where race is no longer a discussion. And bro, how many years removed are we from George Floyd? Just a few years removed from George Floyd. So there's so much that has happened that it's unrealistic to have a political discourse without race being a topic, unfortunately. So.
And HH, we know about Trump's thoughts about what happened, during that time, during the whole thing of George Floyd. I don't think he cared about it, what happened there, or what happened with the Black Lives Matter movement, and so it's just a popularity contest, I think. And
the thing is, because she's not fully black, especially black men and some black women as well are never going to completely accept her as being black because she's not fully black. And because she keeps on harping black, 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 the Indian community.
I mean, like, why are you talking about black people who's not even black, bro?
No. But my thing though is that, so how did they accept Obama as black but not her as black when they have the same percentage of blackness, 50%?
Because they needed him, and most importantly, white liberals needed him. They were
Can you bring in Antonio?
Wait.
They were desperate, and I need to finish my point. The thing is, because she's not fully black, a lot of black people probably wouldn't accept her, and because she keeps on harping on being black, the Indian community is not accepting her as well. Because now she has completely abandoned her Indian
but don't
identity.
talk. Here's the thing: do not talk for black people. That's the first thing. Second,
no. He's not talking about. No, he's making a comment, and then you can now respond to the comment.
Relax.
But HH, for example,
wait, hold on. Let me quickly to the jobs. So, wait. HH, she's the one doing identity politics.
Exactly.
Seriously, even the way she grew up, Obama himself can't identify like us. They're not like us. You see, no, my thing though is identity politics is simply reality, and I'm sorry, and I think it's what on the Twitter says. It works. You don't do something if you know it doesn't work. The sad reality is that it actually does work. Because again, not being rude, 99% of people in the world are stupid. The world is ruled. The world consists of the 1% and the 99%. The 1% rule over the 99%.
And HH, on that, let's be real. She would have to do that even if she was Latina or any other ethnicity.
Yeah. 100%, yes.
The reality is with people of color, using race emotionally like triggers them to like have any like. It's just something Democrats do, bro. Like you need to emotionally indulge.
Republicans have done it. Republicans have done it for the past 8 years.
Okay, wait. Hold on. Look at some of them. Hold on, Steve. So, this woman lied about working for McDonald's like we're in 1921 without the digital records. She's not very intelligent. I disagree. You have to have intelligence to be a prosecutor. She will do whatever. That's scary. Now, okay, so Trump went to McDonald's because Kamala didn't work at McDonald's. Is that why Trump was at McDonald's?
There's no evidence.
I have a question, HH.
Okay, wait, hold on. David C. Wasn't World War III trending under Trump because him and Kim Jong-un were having their periods on Twitter with Little Rock? Bro, that was a wild time.
That was so crazy.
That was a wild time. Shout out to Batty Paper. Thank you for the job. Hitman should get a job at CNN. Biden could call black people a slur and he would find a way to blame Trump and Republicans for it. Talk about brainwashed.
Oh, did you see?
Let me directly address it. Let me. I can defend, bro. I could defend myself. What the hell are you talking about, bro? Like, there's a waste of time, waste of people's effort. Just because here's the thing. I addressed the fact that that Biden, first of all, who's not running for anything, said something that was massively a violation and disrespectful to the black community. Versus the whole body of work. The problem was 2020 was a bad election year. We had two racists, we had two literal racists running for office. I mean, but you know the crazy thing? That's how it's been for most of U.S. history. I don't know if anybody knows this, but back in the 20s, back in the 1910s, we had a president who literally watched Birth of a Nation. Does anybody know what the movie Birth of a Nation?
Yes. Which is
he watched it in the fucking White House.
I watched the remake, which was much better. Shout out to Nate Parker.
Wait, HH, also, did you see the debate on CNN yesterday where, the Mahdi Hassan, who's he's a Muslim commentator, and there was an Israel-Palestine debate, and basically the guy representing Israel was the Mahdi Hassan, I hope your beeper doesn't go off. So he told Mahdi Hassan to die on live television.
Bro. Wait, hold on. Let me go. So Paul Bereza, crazy and open racist and convicted felon who sends fake electorates to overthrow the election results and inspired an insurrection leading to two dead can become president.
That's what I don't get.
No,
How are we having this conversation when all of this is true?
All I'm saying is this: if Trump is president next week, that counts as DOI. I'm sorry. That counts as dog.
How
It does.
It makes a mockery of the presidential electoral
This
system.
guy led an insurrection, bro.
If a convicted criminal becomes president, that goes against everything America stands for.
Well, it's not against the Constitution,
that sounds like
though.
a real nigga to me.
It doesn't go,
because he overcame the odds. He got shot. He got shot. He survived it.
No.
Do you know the irony behind that?
Wait,
A
hold up.
convicted criminal being president.
Wait, hold up. It's a wing. You can laugh at wing, and it's crazy. For a lot of people, he was shot at. He survived assassination. He tried to overthrow. Man, that's
like a black man.
good, bro.
And he about getting money. What's more black than that?
But
that's why there's an issue. Hitman, that is the issue, and that is the problem. Guys will latch onto that stupidity and be like, man, this guy's a real.
But the problem
is the danger.
But the problem
is the stupidity and the danger.
But the problem with that is that the irony with that is that a convicted criminal becomes president when, ironically, you can't. In most states in the United States, you can't vote if you're a convicted felon.
No. But my issue is that
that's a terrible irony. And
but the issue is that
many black
the Constitution is a mess because you shouldn't, because they didn't think about that when they wrote the Constitution. Because if you're a convicted felon, you shouldn't be able to run. But if it's not against the rules, it's not against the rules. But all I'm saying though is that that's what the sad reality is. That do you know how stupid you have to be? Because my thing is that what are your reasons for voting for Trump? If it's a policy thing and everything, that's down to you. But if it's much more about a performative thing about how cool Trump is, how tough is, how gangster he is, you're stupid. I'm sorry. You're extremely stupid to do that.
And if it's about the money, I mean, didn't he went bankrupt multiple times with his companies? Like, he's not that.
That's what a real nigga do. Spend it all and get it right back.
Wait, hold up. Shut up. Josh Kenny, mute your mic. Josh Bono, why are we talking about Kamala and Trump like they're the same thing? Trump literally tried to steal the election and refuses to say he lost. Oh, no. Here's my thing. The reality is this. These are both trash candidates. One guy is a complete and utter clown. And the other person, you are literally a robot who just fortuitously got into this office. I am not American, and I can't tell you who to vote for because that is down to you, down to your policies and what benefits you. I can just look at this through the lens of the world and just through like a whole general lens. All I'm saying though is that think about why you're voting for Trump. And here's the thing. Trump, he thinks most of you are stupid. That's the thing you have to understand. Trump believes most of you guys are stupid. So you guys saying, yeah, Trump. So all of these black guys like Trick, all of these guys going on stage and say, yeah, Trump, 50 cents. Do you think Trump respects you? Do you really believe Donald Trump respects you because he brought your black self onto stage to speak for him? And now, yeah, man, I'm for Trump. If you think he respects you, you are a lot more dumber than you think.
Well, the rich people, I think he does. I don't know.
So shout out to wait, hold on. Shout out to David C. If he wins, criminals should be able to walk votes. That's fair.
No,
that is fair.
Everyone who disagrees with that is stupid. That's a
and Stephen No, and here is a real issue. Thanks to Wing for this, Stephen No. Thank you for that.
Is that a yellow card?
That's like maybe a red. Okay, so Antonio, so I want to even circle back on this because I want to see this. So Antonio, just like Ricardo, you're Peruvian, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
So what was your reaction as a Peruvian and somebody who's in the Latin community to the rhetoric from the Trump rally, specifically about Puerto Rico being this crap country? Because Ricardo said that Latinos are not always all united.
They're
and
not
people say, well, that's
united,
Puerto Rico. So your view?
So my view on that is, I think. So do you all know who even made the comment? It's Tony
Hinchcliffe. Yeah.
He's a comedian. I think it was just a poor taste joke. I don't think he was hating on Puerto Rico, but I could see why people take it like that. And a lot of people have a lot of people think MAGA is racist. Let's just be honest. I think it was just a poor taste joke. If you're being honest with me, I don't think it was racist. He was trying to be satirical. It's just maybe a political rally isn't the place you should do that.
Do people understand the context behind that joke?
Yeah, it was what he was talking about. He wasn't talking about Puerto Rico. He's talking about the island of trash that's I guess there's an island. I don't really know, but I guess there's an
No,
island.
he's talking about bro. He's talking
But
about
it's
Puerto
trash.
Rico.
It's
There's
just
a
At the
lot
end of
of
the
there's a
yeah.
lot
I
of
mean, it's a
trash.
poor
There's a
taste
lot of
joke.
garbage.
Hold on,
No, no,
Let me
Antonio,
finish.
Antonio.
He's talking. I don't think he's necessarily saying Puerto Rico is horrible. I mean, he basically clarified and
So,
came back and said, "I love Puerto Rico," but he shouldn't have made that joke because it's a
okay, no,
bad
okay.
joke
So you're saying that
at a
Puerto Ricans,
rally.
so you're saying that Puerto Ricans shouldn't feel insulted by that joke. They shouldn't feel
I
insulted
mean,
by that joke.
I feel like I don't think you should, but if you do, I could understand why. Because it is a political rally, and there's a lot of people think MAGA is racist, and to be fair, they have a lot of people think that. I mean, I don't want to say. I think this is what I'll say about Trump supporters. Not every Trump supporter is racist, but a lot of racists are Trump supporters. That's what I think.
That's fair. Yeah,
For
that's
me,
a fair assessment. Yeah.
for fucking
I know
real.
that's just what I think. However, I also think there's some reverse racism on the left, and I can get into that too. I'm more independent.
No, please
I
do.
don't
Get
really
into
look.
it.
I don't like either candidate personally. I think they're both horrible.
Yes.
We could argue who's worse and who's not. I do think under the Biden administration, America has been worse. Now, you can argue that maybe a lot of laws that Trump had passed before are now starting to flow through, and his economic policies have, or you could argue the opposite. In my opinion, I think they're both horrible. I think it's sad that these are our candidates. What I will say about Trump, one of the few things I can respect is that he at least is. I appreciate that he's going everywhere, doing a lot of different stuff and podcasts and all of this. I wish Kamala would do that because I think she's gonna lose, and I think she's gonna
Kamala
lose
Kamala
simply.
has done a lot
I
of
know.
that though.
Oh, hold on. I
hold
know
on.
she has, but they seem very, very, very robotic, and because she is what you could see it in the debate. She absolutely crushed Trump. Absolutely crushed Trump, because Trump is off the cuff, but that also is his heel. That also hurts him, because then you see him say, I'm not mad about the joke or whatever at the rally. I'm mad. I would be more mad, and this has actually made me mad, which was when he said people are eating the cats and dogs. Like, first off, he just sounds like some old dummy that like doesn't know anything. And I think, but you can't just say that because it's not true. It's not based in reality. It just isn't true at all.
So,
It's fake news. Now,
okay, so
for Kamala, people saying, but she's doing podcasts. Bro, I know she's doing it, but it's like the most. This is just for me. I'm not a fan of either, but it just seems so robotic. It doesn't seem like she gets hard questions really. And I think, to be fair to her, at her rallies and stuff, when people try to point her out and make her look stupid, let's also be fair and say she just have a lot of haters. Yes, she has a lot of people that like her, but how many of you could go up there and do that? That's why you got to respect, to an extent. These are politicians that don't really care about us. They say they do, but are they really going to put food on the plate of my table? Are they? At the end of the day, that's just how I look at it. Maybe I'm being too in the middle, but I feel like people are too
but let me ask
emotional
you
now, and it's just
so
crazy. Look at
a
even
week.
now the discussion.
Wait. Hold on. So a week from now, who do you think wins then? Who do you think
Well,
wins?
I think Trump's gonna win because I think, unfortunately, Kamala. I think she's been put in such a hard. I always knew she was gonna lose because, and people will say, "Oh, I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm just saying this because the DNC totally. If you're a Democrat, you should be mad. I'm not a Democrat, but my family's definitely more left leaning. 100%. My family's Democrat. I have family members who are Republican, but my family, my mom, my dad, my grandma, my grandpa, my aunt, my sister, my older sister, they're all Democrat.
Yeah.
They were
I
all
feel like
mad.
Hold on.
I would be mad too
No.
because Biden should have never ran again. First off, Biden's a puppet. If you really think he's really doing stuff, let's be honest, you're lying to yourself. He's a puppet. To an extent, you could say Kamala is, but I don't think as much. I think she's definitely more coherent. She can talk more. You say she doesn't need to do Rogan, but if she did Rogan, it would help her so much because Rogan's going to try to appeal and have a conversation with her. Now, you can hate Joe Rogan all you want, but you can't tell me a podcast like that isn't going to help her because it's helped Trump.
And also
But
because my thing.
Rogan
No,
supports
wait,
Trump more than he
hold on.
than
No.
he supports.
But
More
my
to Trump,
But my
yeah.
thing though is see, because this even like my brother even puts this like on our family chat. So the Shannon Sharp, and that's Shannon Sharp, who still holds record for the most views of an interview on YouTube.
Yeah, Cat
So that's interview with Kamala Harris, 800,000. The Donald Trump Rogan interview, that's what,
30
4 million? 30 million.
million in the first 2 days. Now, you can hate Joe Rogan, you can hate Trump.
Hmm.
All Joe Rogan wants to do is have a conversation with her. I don't think that's a bad thing. And you know what? That would be great for her. 3 hours, get people to know who you are. Because I think a majority of America don't know who Kamala Harris is. You can say they're stupid. Maybe they are. Like you said, HH, a lot of people are stupid. I agree with you. The problem is, you saying she doesn't need to. Well, I'm sorry. This is what's hurting her. She needs to get out. She needs to run more on politics.
Because
Stop running on hate
I
Trump.
think
Hate
you
Trump.
underestimate the amount of people that hate
for me,
Trump.
I think no, for me,
No, I think there's a lot of people that hate Trump, dude.
No.
A
Basically,
lot of people that
I
hate
believe that this. I think this is just see. Whenever you're in politics, it's a tactic. So similar to football and a strategy, you have to have what this is our strategy for this. The Democratic strategy is we believe this anti-Trump thing is going to be enough to win. Now,
I just think
I think that's a risk. That could be strong, but I believe that. See, put it this way. It's basically okay. Let's think this is like football and we're coaches.
Yeah.
If it was me, this is just me personally. I would have had a Democratic convention and tried to pick the most charismatic, interesting, dynamic candidates. That's a combo of anti-Trump and this is a very dynamic guy who is likable. The issue with this now is like you're like, no, we because you're taking a risk. We believe that there is so much hatred for Trump because people think he's such a dummy. He's so dangerous. He's so off the cuff that hatred that's made Biden win is going to be enough to make Kamala win. And I'm saying that is a risk.
She's losing. That's why she's losing because they ran that for 2020. The problem is this is what
I think that's why I think she's going to win. I do believe that that's fearful for Trump is enough.
Let me tell you why
to push her through.
She's not going to win. I think Trump, a lot of people in America, this is not me speaking. Even though I do think we are in a worse place now, that doesn't necessarily mean it's Biden's fault or it's because Trump's not president. As America, I do think we're in a really bad place. I think we're so divided. I mean, just look at this discussion. We've had people call each other names. People say this and that. People are so emotional, and it makes sense because you have the left who thinks Trump's Hitler, thinks that if he gets in office again, he's gonna take over. He's gonna ruin the Constitution. He's gonna basically become a dictator, and it's the end of the world. On the other side, you think Kamala's a communist. Kamala's gonna make people trans, cut people's penises off, kill babies, all that. Whether you agree with that or not, that is talking points and beliefs on either side. And people now can't even have discussions and can't really get to the grasp of, okay, we all want America to be better and even the world. Maybe we see it differently, but let's have a discussion now. Besides that, let me get back on point and on track. I just had to spew that out because I think it's sad that we're so divided. And I honestly don't like Trump because I hate how he's so divisive. And I hate how after he got shot, he didn't say, hey, how about we be a better America? And in fact, I think he would have killed it if he did. But he's so dumb and ignorant and egotistical, he will not do that. Kamala Harris needs to stop running on the Trump hate because that's what's going to make her lose. Because people feel like they're being gaslit and lied to. Whether you agree with that or not, it is to an extent true because keep saying Trump's Hitler, this and that, he's not. Now, is there problems? Do I think he should have handled how he left the office better? Yes, I do. I don't think he told people to go in there and do that. I just strongly disagree with that, and I'm not a Trump supporter, and I can argue with that. However,
the problem is that like Trump is actually calling enemies.
Hold on.
Let it finish, Antonio.
Relax, MSNBC.
He never ever said go in there, riot, and do that. In fact, he said the opposite. However, saying that you didn't lose the election, lying for years, and not admitting that you lost, whether you want to admit there was some fishy stuff or not, you can't do that. It's just wrong. And he didn't handle it right. 100%. Now, why Kamala's going to lose? Because not enough people like her because she plays too much on identity politics, and people hate that. I'm not going to say she's not black. She definitely is. She's not fully black, though. She's biracial. Let's get that straight. And by the way, when someone said, well, Obama's different, that is not true. Obama, I think he grew up in Chicago, where I'm from. Actually, I'm not from Chicago, but I'm from Illinois.
Mm.
Obama, I like Obama, even though he wasn't the best president. A lot of people hate Obama. I like Obama. I think something I miss is that he was a great speaker, and I feel like he could at least unite people.
Yeah.
But when we're talking about Obama being black, not the same. And I think black is more than a skin color. I'm not black, so I can't speak for him. Maybe. Well, this is my opinion. It's a culture too, and to me, he resonates with black people. Maybe I'm wrong for saying that, but I just think that's the truth. If you disagree,
So that he resonates more with the black people than Kamala Harris.
I just think he's more into the. I think they are both black, but the difference with Kamala is that I think the media change is what it is. She used to run as Indian, now she's running as black. When in reality, she's both. And I don't blame her for doing either because she's trying to win. And it's unfortunate that we are in a society where you have to run on identity politics.
Oh, no, because you see, this is what I've always said is like...
It should be policy.
And again, it's like... It's just that she'll never get into politics because Michelle Obama would be an amazing candidate.
She's way better. She's way better. Now, I have problems with Michelle Obama, but she's way better.
Yeah, no, because when you compare Michelle Obama and Kamala Harris, the issue with Kamala Harris is that there's so something about her that just doesn't resonate. When you look at Michelle Obama, there's something about her that is real, that you can connect with a lot more.
Authentic. So. Michelle Obama's authentic. You may not like her. All Republicans may hate her, but she's authentic to me.
Yes, she's real.
Kamala, for me, this is just me. I'm not black, but as someone who lives in America, who has friends, who has family that are, and just being a logical person, seeing her go on stage and trying too hard to, like when she changes her voice and stuff, I don't know, man. I think that's just fake. I just don't believe it. Now, there's nothing wrong with identifying with both or trying to use one to get in because let's be honest, if she runs on being black, fully black, which she's not doing, but if she did, she would win. She would win, or she's more likely to win. I don't know if she would win fully. But I'm kind of talking in circles.
No. We got it. Okay, wait. Let me quickly take this Dubinsky's man. So, shout out to David C. The fact that Trump delayed aid to Puerto Rico and gave them paper towels when they needed that aid is crazy. That added to the joke is not good. Stephen O.
You agree that the optics look horrible.
Yep. Kamala was literally wearing earbuds for instructions. She just says what they tell her to say. She is a puppet. It's obvious. It's
that's
all
actually
a game.
Wait,
she was wearing
earbuds?
That's
a lie and a conspiracy.
Yes, she was.
That's a lie and a conspiracy. That
I don't know if that's true.
Let's just say this though. She is to an extent a puppet. Let's just be honest. The difference between her and Trump, whether you want to admit it or not, Trump is not the same because he has.
Trump is a puppet. Trump is a puppet. Trump is a puppet for the far right and billionaires.
Kamala's a puppet for the.
He is a billionaire.
I don't think he's a puppet for the RNC.
He's a puppet for he's a puppet. You got a puppet for the RNC. He's a puppet for billionaires, bro.
He is a billionaire. He is a billionaire.
Bro, calm down.
For other billionaires,
he's trying to, dude. I do think he's definitely beneficial to people who are rich and the billionaires. That's why he has Elon Musk partnering with him. Okay, I'm not gonna disagree.
Wait, hold on. So that's it, man. Whoever is good for my wallet wins crypto.
Wow. Come on.
So I say, Lord, whoever you're the Sunday 8 offsides. Okay, look, that's for hold on.
Off Bape.
So HH is not even. Here's the thing.
That's not true.
Do you think it's going to be? Hold on. Do you think it's going to be a landslide or a close election?
It will be a close election.
Close. People hate Trump.
It will be close.
People are underestimating. They hate Trump.
Okay, so hold on. So, Jujuman, you think it's going to be a landslide?
Yeah, I think Kamala will win by a wide margin.
That's just not
true.
Okay,
Jujuman, how?
But by a landslide,
because it's like
America already
living in. Wait. Okay, so wait.
I want to hear why though.
People actually know how the elections work in the United States.
Jujuman, I know electoral tax. Jujuman, why do you think it's going to be a wide margin?
Yeah, because the last time Trump came, like we didn't know what to expect from him. Now we know what to expect from him. This guy says lies, conspiracies. He doesn't even believe in like election and like.
Hold on, Jujuman. Didn't Trump get more votes in 2020 than 2016?
Yeah, but what's it called? But Biden go even more because the one thing about Trump is like the reason, the whole appeal of why he won. It was like the guy from outside, the guy who's like.
Well, it's because people hate Hillary Clinton.
Wait. Let me land, Antonio. So yeah, so the appeal with him was like the guy from outside, the guy who will come in and do what like the politicians like, because politicians were like not getting things things done. But now we see Trump, and it's like this guy has a lot of lies. He says conspiracies. We see the divisive talk. Like look at the rally in Madison Square that yesterday or the day before. These guys like they just insulting people left, right, and center, and it's like this is crazy.
No. But hold on, judgment.
Yeah.
Which is why it's very key that Antonio was here. So Antonio is okay. He's not Puerto Rican, but he's of the Latin community. Judgment. How do you know that every single Puerto Rican or every single people from the Latino community found that racist? Now, you may have found it racist, but how do we know that the general perception overall was like, man, this was bad? So we don't know how damaging that could have been. And I would only know that by next week. So,
HH, I think it's wrong to overgeneralize and say every Latino, every black person, bro, we're all people. We're all different. Just because you're black and another man's black, HH, doesn't mean you guys think the same. Now, you guys might have similarities.
But you can look at trends over the years. I mean, like the black community.
I 100% agree. However, I do think Trump is getting more black votes than past Republicans. I think that's just true.
Yeah, but
I think a lot of black people feel like, I don't know what they feel, but I'm just looking at what I see on the media. I think a lot of people are tired because when you hear Democrats say like Biden, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. That's pretty effed up, and I can see why. Some people I see why some people who are left are like, yeah, you're not black. 100%, you don't.
But then again, on the flip side, when you have like Trump advocating for people that are making jokes about watermelons, and then also like pushing things like the 1770 Project 1776. If anybody knows about that, does anybody know about Project 1776?
Hold on. Yes. Again, another person who does live in America. So what's first of all, Yasir, do you think it's going to be a close election or a landslide, and who do you think is winning?
HH, I mean, to be honest, the reality is this is going to be a close election, but at the end of it, it could actually be a landslide because here's the reality. If they,
what?
That's a brick. That is a brick.
That
is a brick.
He's already back. Yes, he is back.
Hey, form is temporary. Class is
Yes, yeah. One touch, one goal. Is the
MVP.
Yes, you're the GOAT, man. You gotta come back, man.
Not the GOAT seal, man.
Here's the thing. We can have an electoral landslide, but if you look closely at the election, if for example, Kamala Harris, if she wins all the swing states, she's gonna have an electoral landslide. She's gonna have like 300.
It's true.
She's gonna.
She could have like 320 plus.
But that doesn't
316,
mean
320.
that doesn't mean that the election was not close because she could win by 1%, 0.4%, 0.2%, and that's low key what happened with Biden. Biden, when he beat Trump in 2020, if you look at it, he won Georgia and Michigan and all these swing states by a very, very small margin. Like Georgia was the most competitive. I think he won.
Georgia was by 12. He won by 1,200. He won by 1,200 votes.
Yeah, so
I believe he won the electoral college.
So when you look at the electoral college, I think he had like 300 or something. Like I think he won pretty much every.
Trump had more individual votes, but he won the electoral college.
So yes, who is winning? In your view, who do you think is winning?
HH, I don't know, man. America's weird. It's such a weird country, HH. Like, here's the thing.
So you're in Minneapolis?
Yeah, I mean, I'm Minnesota, man. Like,
Minnesota.
Tim Walz, man. He's our governor.
Oh yeah, Walz, your boy was, yeah.
Yeah. So here's the thing, HH. Like, it's gonna be. I'm telling you guys, is American politics is the most entertaining. Is more entertaining than reality TV.
Yes. No. Yes. Let's read it right now. This election has been more entertaining than any film that has come out this year.
I'm telling you, Tuesday is gonna be a movie. I am telling you right now. You're gonna see things you would never expect. I am telling you, HH.
Are we gonna have a post match?
Yes.
I'm telling you because here's the thing, HH. Here's the thing that people like when you look at these polls, they say they type all that stuff, but in reality, you really don't know what people are going to vote. No. You don't know what they're going to do. So there could be secret Harris voters, people that just are sick and tired of Trump and they just want to vote
secret Harris voters.
Yes, sir. No.
I don't think
it's secret.
Wait.
Don't underestimate the amount of people who hate Trump.
Yes, sir.
But
Yes,
and historically, if you look at the polls, if you look at the 2016 election and the 2020 election, the polls has underscored Trump. Like Trump has always performed higher than the polls. Like it's crazy, like how much higher he's performed the polls. But what that trend lasts, so we don't know. Like
but yeah, okay. Okay, so you believe you can't make, or is there a place where just based on what you're seeing in America and just the feeling you get? Is there a feeling that like this candidate more than this other candidates? What's the feeling you're getting?
the support with Trump is crazy though. Like a lot of people support Trump. Like a lot of people that you don't
So,
expect.
okay. Do you feel more? Do you feel more support now than 4 years ago, or even 8 years ago?
Yes, I mean, there's the thing is like, unfortunately with her, I'm sorry, like she in terms of likability, isn't she's not likable. Like then that's the thing about Americans. Americans like even if they don't like Trump, it just there's something about Trump
So,
that people say, yeah.
so do you think Americans find her less likable than Biden? Like Biden 4 years ago?
Yes, one hundred
No,
percent,
that
without a doubt.
ages.
No, without a doubt, without a doubt. Like,
No way.
without a doubt. Because here's the thing, like, here's the thing. She, in terms with Kamala Harris is like, well, what a lot of people talk about. The one of the if she lose, I'm gonna tell you exactly why she lost. Because she's not personable. She's not relatable. She's just simply not
How is
relatable.
Biden relatable? I think people
No,
only
no,
Wait,
no,
voted for
no.
Biden because they
You
can I
hate
know
say
why? You
Trump.
know
something
why
about
Biden?
this?
You know why?
How's Trump relatable?
You know why
He's
Trump
a
is
fucking
relatable?
billionaire.
But
He is to
no,
many
no, no.
people.
But
He
then
is.
and that's the
Certain
thing.
people.
That's the
Just
thing. That's
okay.
the
No,
thing.
no, wait, hold on. Sorry.
A
Whether you
lot
like
of people.
whether you like Trump or
A lot
not,
of people are relatable.
to certain people, Trump is very relatable, very
Like,
relatable, 100%.
it's not even about being relatable. It's just like he has a persona, his own persona.
But basically, that's the key thing for Kamala Harris is like you're just trying to be. Hey, this and that's and everything. With Trump is like the guys were like, this guy is a freaking moron. For guys, this guy is a treated. So you know what you are getting with Trump. He's very specific and has something very specific.
To be honest, we don't know what we're really getting with Trump.
Here's the thing with Trump.
Really,
And then,
we don't know because
yeah.
he's unpredictable.
No, and then also the
Is it?
thing is
Yes, sir.
one thing that people say all the time: Trump is dumb. Trump is dumb. Trump is dumb. That actually helps Trump. Like when Trump just says whatever he wants and he says things, people look at him as like, you know what, this guy's not a politician. This guy's a regular guy. This guy just says whatever he wants. Like, and then people are tired, generally tired of the politicians. The reason why he won 2016 over
That is
Hillary
true.
Clinton is because Hillary Clinton sounded like a bot. I'm not gonna lie to you, she did.
People hate Hillary. People
Like,
She's a
hate
fucking
sounds
piece
like
of
a bot.
shit.
She also was involved in the war
But
crimes,
bro,
but we're not
people
gonna
fuck.
get
She's a fucking piece of
Bro,
shit. She's a fucking piece of
let's talk
shit.
about
Hold on. Yes,
Yes,
I'm telling you,
hold on. Yes, sir.
I am telling you, HH, and this you as a YouTuber, just think about it this way. Sometimes one of the things that people love about you, HH, is sometimes you say wild stuff. Sometimes you say things and like you say brick stuff, and people
Yes.
love that because you become normal.
Yes, here's the key thing. I am a YouTuber. I am not responsible for millions of people's lives.
Yeah.
I'm not running for politics, and I do not have.
That's not what he's saying. That's not what he's saying.
No. Yes, okay, I'm wrong. I get what you're saying in terms of like people gravitate towards a particular personality, whether you love to hear a particular personality, which is true. But at the same time, I feel like I'm an entertainer, and I'm here to entertain people, and that's my role, to entertain.
Right.
That's not the
A guy is a leader of a country where it's about healthcare, education, the economy, war, saving people's lives. Those are very important things that
No, for sure.
can't just be used on entertainment.
There's a lot of people in America mostly the people who are not really in depth with politics. They will vote just based on the character that is shown.
Yes, and that's
On vibe,
Like
I'm
me.
not gonna lie to you,
stupid.
HH. I am not gonna lie to you. This election, HH, I mean, I know you're you don't live in America and all that stuff. but
Yeah,
I
I
am
live like on
telling
the
you-
moon. Yeah, but yeah.
No, but I am telling you, in America, that's why America is an interesting country. We're a unique country in that sense. In America, it's a popularity contest. At the end of the day, person that is most likable gets voted. The more people that like you will vote for
Well,
you.
I don't know if I
That's
agree with that. Hold on,
Okay,
can I push
so
back on that?
why did Biden win?
He
If
Because
won
here's the
because
thing.
people
I
hate
am
Trump.
I'm
HH.
telling
People
I am
didn't
telling
like
you
Trump.
okay. I am
wait,
telling
hold on,
you I am
yes,
telling you
yes.
I am telling you this, and this is from a person who voted Democratic all his life. I voted for Hillary Clinton and I voted for Joe Biden. When I was voted for Joe Biden, me and millions of Americans felt, yo, COVID sucks. I want to get out of this COVID situation, and this guy Trump ain't is not taking COVID seriously. At least let's go back to normality. If
What?
COVID did not happen, Trump would have been he would have won. It's
That
really
is
that
true.
Probably would have
simple.
won.
It's
That is true.
really
Let's see.
that
I,
That
I
is
don't know
simple,
true.
about y'all. Where people were dying, I was balling during COVID. Those checks were coming in.
I
Gas
don't know
was
about
cheap.
Hey,
that.
Like
hey,
there
wait a
was
bro.
no
minute.
But
there
that's
was
the
no
Wait a minute.
traffic
Keep
on
talking. Yes, keep
highways.
talking.
Like I was balling.
Maybe
Everything
that's
was
Yes,
crazy.
keep
cheap. They were
talking.
having
Yes, keep
discounts at the
talking.
mall.
the
Keep
thing
talking.
is
Yes.
the thing is like retrospective though. But during that time, you're like, man, I hate this pandemic. I just want to go outside. I want to hang out with my family. I want to go and like go traveling, bro. It was you had to get 2 shots. You had to get a COVID passport. Like like the passport. Like it was. I'm not gonna lie to you. 2020 and 2021, it was a nightmare. At that time,
Oh,
was a nightmare.
horrible years.
That to the point that a lot of everyone in the world pretty much has amnesia of that period of time. 2021, people just forgot about it. Like those
Yes.
years don't even exist.
Well,
Like
I
it was
think
that
CCL, CCL.
I think any
it was
president
that
would have
bad.
struggled then.
But it was that bad. So from that's why he lost. But when you look at Kamala Harris, you're like me, especially me now. I haven't voted yet. I'm gonna vote on November 5th. As a person that I haven't decided who I want to vote yet, because at the end of the day,
Hold on. So
Well,
you're
his
still
vote matters.
undecided.
Hold on.
yeah,
His
I'm
vote matters,
undecided.
HH.
No,
His vote is the ones that will decide. The
I'm
independents
undecided
are the ones who decide it.
because HH, I
I'm
don't care.
undecided too.
I don't care. I don't care. I'm not gonna lie to you,
Independence and
HH.
swing.
I
The
don't. I
key
don't.
word is
Wait,
independence and
hold on.
swing
HH,
states.
I don't
Yeah.
care.
Yes.
Here's the thing. Me personally, I don't care if Trump calls me a monkey or a baboon or African Buddhist statue. I don't
Yo,
care. No, no,
yo,
no, no, no.
wait a
Look,
minute.
look.
Speak on
I
it.
don't
Speak on
care.
it.
I don't care. I don't care. I'm looking at this situation like, bro, I
That
don't care
means you
what
have
you
no
call me.
self respect for
No, no, no,
yourself.
no, 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 no. It's not about self-respect. It's about living. Can you make my life better? I'm not gonna eat dinner with Trump. I voted for Hillary Clinton and Biden, but I've never met these people. I never met them. At the end of the day, will you make my life better? I don't care if you
Now the
like.
question I got
I
for
don't
you:
care what
what
you
type of
say.
I mean, if you're gonna say what type of if he's gonna make your life better, you should look at the policies the person has. What
Yeah.
policies does he have
But
that will make your life better?
Brick man, it was already better
exactly.
under him than by. Look, are you retarded?
No, but what
We
but
are
what
staying
what
based on
po-
what
Wait,
what
we
actual
know.
what
He
actual
made
policy?
believe, bro.
What actual policy?
A black man's trying to get his money, man.
Taxes were lower.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Can I tap in pause? Let me help you
No.
here.
No. But that's the point though. At the end of the day, the person I'm going to vote for is a person I believe that can make life better for me in the next 4 years. Can make life better for me for my family. Bro, I have a family. I have to take care of my family. Which candidate will
I got
actually
a
make?
family
No,
too.
which candidate will?
It sounds like you voted on vibes,
No,
bro.
no, 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 no. It's not
It
vibe. It's
sounds like
about
he's voting not on vibes.
Vibe vote.
but
It's
A
voting
vibe
on who he's
vote is
voting for.
crazy.
but no, the
Yeah,
policies that
but
impact your life. Here's the thing, here's the thing. I don't care people vote for. I think it's pretty childish to really judge people for who they vote for. I don't. I think that's extremely childish, and I think this is strange. It's very strange for me.
Agreed.
At the end of the
Unless you're
day,
voting for somebody because you think they're like
Oh
gonna.
no,
There's two reasons you gotta
no,
have it.
because
being
I'm,
loyal to a political party is crazy.
no, because I've always said
Yeah, 100%. Could never be me.
my
Yeah, you shouldn't
uncle
be
has
loyal to a
been
political party.
no, my uncle has been Republican for a long time, and it makes sense because he's a surgeon, and he
Can
wants
you
to keep
bring in
most of his money.
AC?
You should never judge someone on political, but he has to continue. He has to
no,
continue.
but I thought at the end of the day, everyone in America, as whatever reason they have, people are gonna make the vote for whatever reason they have. But for me personally, I'm gonna vote for someone that what I watch politics. I study politics. I read Trump's politics. Even, I don't care what CNBC or NBC or CNN say about Trump or Kamala Harris. I don't I don't care. These are all propaganda networks.
Yeah,
If you're
corporate
the, you know,
media sucks.
yeah, I don't care. I will look at the politics, and then I make a decision, and I will live with that decision, and then we move. And that's how that's how I do things. Because one thing I don't like
You're not
about
You
the
said you're
way the
undecided, but you're not undecided. You're not undecided.
He never said he's
but
voting
Just
for
keep it
Trump
real. You're
or
voting for
Kamala.
Trump.
no. But that's the thing, though. That's the
It does
thing.
sound like it.
If someone does not verbatim says that they're gonna vote for Harris, they automatically vote for Trump. And if
Yeah.
someone doesn't verbatim say that they vote for Trump, they vote for Harris.
I mean, like, bro,
No,
bro,
bro.
I got
No,
my
bro.
ballot, and there were only two. Bro, I got my ballot. There were like two choices, and fill in the blank. What are you gonna put, like Elmo in the blank
Dude,
spot?
he doesn't know who he's
And
voting for.
magically hope
Hold on,
Elmo's gonna
Hitman.
But
like.
guess
He
what? Guess
doesn't know
what,
who
bro?
he's voting for.
But guess
Just
what?
chill
Guess
out,
what, bro? Guess
Hitman.
what? Guess what? Even so, that's my constitutional right. I
Yes,
can write Elmo.
yes.
I
Yeah,
can
of
write
course it
Elmo.
is.
Like, yeah,
Of
I
course it
could.
is, and you're
Like,
voting,
that's my
and you're
constitutional right.
within your right to
So
vote for Elmo.
No one cares. No one.
I have every right to
Yasu's
do
gonna
that.
vote for Marcus Rashford, man.
Okay, wait,
Let's be
hold on.
honest.
Okay, so let
He's gonna
me
vote for
hear
Tim
from
Hogg.
hold on. Let me hear from Casey. So Casey, top of your view. So Casey, where are you at with this whole election thing, man?
About what?
So, okay, first, actually no, two questions. First question is, and it's a similar question I said to Nomad. Do you think, what do you feel of the whole racial discourse and racial identity politics that is being said and used around Kamala Harris? One, two, who do you think is going to win? And do you think it's going to be a landslide or not between Trump and Harris?
Yeah, the first one, like no one in my family actually cares about that, and they're all like they're Indians. But I think it's mostly because she's Tamil, I think, and like India is a pretty casteist country. Like it's one of the most racist casteist country in the world. So that's my guess there. Secondly, I think it's gonna be 50-50, but I seriously hope Kamala wins, man. Like this Trump guy, man. This guy is he's a nut job, bro. Like, the guy tried to coup the government, man. Like, Jesus Christ.
No, hold up. Wait, hold up. You said you hope Kamala wins. Who do you think is going to win from what you're seeing, or you have no idea?
It's 50-50, but here's the thing. Had she picked up Shapiro over Walz, I think she would have won, because Pennsylvania would have been a go if that happened.
100%.
I don't think so, bro. I'm gonna just jump in there and say the problem with Shapiro is that Shapiro's right now with everything going on in Gaza, it's a good idea that she didn't pick Shapiro.
Hitman, bro. Like I've looked at the polls on this. Like less than 1% people care about that. Like no one gives two shit about like Israel Palestine. Literally no one.
Wait. There were protests and like all these.
No one cares.
Thank you, Casey. We do not care.
Wait, hold on, Casey. Let Casey talk. Hold on. Casey.
No, on these things, you need to look at the polls. Like it's the top three issues are immigration, abortion, economy.
Yes.
And that's other than that, like everything else is like garbage.
They're just added on.
No, but Hitman, bro. Like I'm telling you, like it would have helped with blue ball. Like had she picked Shapiro, because I think Michigan would have been a go, Wisconsin would have been a go, and like election done. But this Walz thing, man, like that's.
So okay, so you're still 50-50, or do you see Trump potentially winning, or you can't say?
No, you can't. Look at the polls. Like it's 50-50. Nate Silver is saying it's 50-50. Nate Cohen is saying it's 50-50.
You can't just rely on the polls, though.
Oh no, see, for me, always ignore polls, because not everybody.
You can't just say that.
You can't poll everybody, and things can never. So you can never really.
Okay, if you understand, hold on.
The
reason I'm saying it's 50-50 because it's within the polls are within margin of error. Like, so for example, like I think like a poll from Arizona came out where she led him by 2%. But the margin of error is like 2.8%. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like for the swing states, I have absolutely no idea like who's gonna win. But again, I repeat, like had she picked up Shapiro, it would have been a go, because she just need like Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. That's it.
Okay, so who else wants to?
Can I defend Kamala Harris?
Okay, wait, hold on. Let me come to AK, Jujuman, and then to Wink. AK, go for it.
So, what is the question again?
So basically, do you think it's going to be a wide margin, or is going to think it's going to be close?
Nah, I think it will be close to a certain extent, because in Michigan, where I live, like I know most people here are voting for Kamala, but outside of where I live, Ann Arbor, Detroit, there's a sizable population that are voting for Trump. So I do think, there will be I think it will be similar to the last election results are below. Like I don't think it will be like close, but it won't be like a landslide to like that level. So yeah,
So you're saying Trump wins or Harris wins?
I think Kamala wins, man. I think it's similar. It's very similar to the last election. Like, well, Kamala, well, people will vote for Kamala because she isn't Trump. That's a simple thing.
Yeah.
They will vote for Kamala because she isn't Trump, and at the end of the day, like, yeah, I think that's what will happen. I think she'll probably win, to be honest.
Jujuman, what's it?
Yeah, so I think like with the PA, I don't think it's close as people say. I mean, having lived in PA, like Fetterman won in 2022. This guy had a stroke; he could barely talk, and they picked him over the Republican. So it's like, and the reason was like a lot of young voters showed up. Yeah. A lot of young voters showed
No,
up.
but Juju, Fetterman was a different thing altogether. Like, come on, like it's
How?
not similar to Kamala. Don't do it.
No, because the one thing you won is because a lot of young voters showed
No,
up.
no, Juju,
Since,
that
wait,
was
wait. The other thing, sorry, Casey. The other thing is like a lot of boomers like are more like Republican, and it's like a lot of them like let's say, but they've passed. Like so, it's like that's another. And the younger voters are more towards like. I know people will say the men. No, yeah, I know people will say the men are pro Trump.
Hold on,
But
I
it's
think
like,
there's a
in
division
general.
because I think women more left leaning will vote for Kamala. I'm someone who goes to college.
Yeah.
I'm around this age. I'm not voting for either because I think they're both trash. You guys can hate on me for that, but
Oh no!
I don't know what they're going to do against Nick Marvel.
That's your view, bro. No, if they're both trash, that's your view.
This is my view. What are they
and
going to do
you
against
can
Nick
say
That's your
Marvel?
right.
Yeah.
I get it though. It's a hot topic because a lot of either side thinks the country's going to end. It's just true, whether you want to agree with it or not.
Antonio,
But-
yeah,
Wait, Jujuman, go for it, Jujuman.
Yeah, and the other thing is like it's the same thing happening in 2022, where in the midterms, where everyone was saying there's going to be a red wave, and then the Republicans underperform. It's the same thing. And I look at the people like Musk with Twitter. He probably has all the algorithm showing or promoting Trump. So this is like we all know, like for a fact here, we all know it's like a distorted view. There's no way he's showing it fair. He's showing a biased view. And the other thing too, like the last time, this is the last point. The last time a Republican won, like I know it's electoral vote, but the last time they won a popular vote was in 2004. It doesn't look like it's changing. So it just looks like the momentum is shifting towards like more Democrat, to a point where we might have like
Juju man, can I tell you something real quick before I leave, guys?
Yeah, go for it. Yes, go for it.
And this is a theory of mine, and then this is one of those things. You have a theory, and then you see what happens, and then it confirms your theory, right? I do have a theory that the biggest group of people in terms of demographics that vote are generally white men and white women. Like
no,
that's the
it's white
majority.
women. No, yes, it's white women.
White women.
White men, white women. If you put it together, if you put those two together, the majority of what white people vote for will be the president, et cetera, et cetera. That's just how it usually works.
So basically, you're saying Karens are going to decide
But that's
the
been split in the
election.
middle.
What I'm saying,
Wait, hold on. Yes, sir.
For the past couple of years, it's been split down the middle.
Yes, sir. Let us speak. Yes, sir.
What I'm saying is, what I realized, especially living in America for so long, is there is a sense of balance. There's, we have a Republican president and we have a Democratic president, et cetera, right? If again the way the economy is going, et cetera, if my theory is like majority of white people are gonna vote for Trump because of the economy.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
need to respond.
believe.
I need to respond.
No, that's what. Wait, hold on. That's what I believe. Wait, that's what I believe, and it's because it's like at the end of the day, it's like it's a balance thing where like if the Democrats don't maintain them, if Democrats maintain the economy, they win the presidency. If the Republican maintain the economy, the Republican win the presidency. That's just my general opinion.
Right now,
that's just
people
my
are
general
hurting.
opinion.
Right now,
just to
people are
push back,
hurting,
you
and
know,
that's
I-
what
I need-
matters
I
the
need-
most.
Hold on. I said I'd come to Wink. Go for a Wink.
Okay.
And I'll go to Wink.
Yeah. Just couple things. I feel like I have to defend the honor of Kamala Harris in a way, because I don't want to sound like I'm a red wing person because
The honor.
get it wing, but nah. In reality, I'm not really gonna vote because like no one is really like I'm.
I thought you said you were going to vote for Kamala. You said you were voting for Kamala. Or
It's
no?
just for jokes. Come on, man. I'm a player. I don't really have nothing. All this stuff don't involve me. But I feel like I have to defend the honor of Kamala in a way because I was thinking about this. How people are saying she just seems weird. She just seems weird. Which I
Wait,
was
what's
saying.
your AVI?
Don't.
She
No, no,
she
no, no,
played
no, no, no. Wayne, ignore that. Continue.
Nico
So,
Jackson Hive. That's what I'll say.
Wayne, continue.
Yeah. But you have people because I'm thinking back to the time of Michelle Obama. Like I don't agree with Michelle Obama politically. Like I'll probably even agree more with Kamala Harris because even though I'm saying that she's putting black men in jail, like nigga, I will snitch on you. You going to jail. But anyway, but you see the way they disrespect Michelle Obama. Even the comments here, like people calling her a man, calling her, Michael and stuff. I really take offense to that a lot.
Oh no,
So,
no, yeah. I banned that guy that said I banned him. So continue.
yeah, so I think people might be not in the case of like how they did Michelle, but they might be somehow doing that to Kamala Harris with the whole like she lacks personality. Wait, let me lie. We say no, she lacks personality, which she does. She's not as charismatic as Trump, but at the same time, you have to think about this. What black woman is going to be liked by a majority of America? Like, I find that almost impossible. If people are saying, Michelle would have been a perfect candidate, bro. No, you have a lot of white men that call her a man and
like no, I think no, it's true. Like I think like any black woman that would be in that position, there will always be that racial connotation that will be brought in. Always, 100%.
Yeah. So at the same time, like even if people are saying go on Joe Rogan, bro, that's not really gonna help you. People are going to troll you. Like it doesn't really help you. It's easier. Like even just look at women in general. When you see a female comedian and let's just say she's good, go to the comment section. All you're going to say is that, well, she's not bad for a female comedian. She's not bad for a female comedian. Mm-hmm. So then you have to then put it like a black woman. A black woman. This is unfortunate. She's probably the least relatable individual in America. Maybe like Latino or Latina women are less, but probably black women because like even black men don't relate with black women that much, unfortunately. So when people say that she's not relatable, I don't think it's just her personality herself. It's just that people don't want to relate with black women.
So on that point, do you think it is a risk? Because remember, because this thing that shocked me was when Hillary Clinton was running. I was watching a program and this guy, I forgot who it was, he basically went to go and interview some woman. And they said, she doesn't want to, why didn't she? And the amounts of hatred these women had for Hillary, I was like, wow. And the key thing of what shocked me was the amounts of white women who voted for Trump. This is after grabbing by the pussy. The amount of white women who were like, I hate Hillary, and the amount of white women who. So if white women are going to ignore to vote for Hillary and vote for her, are you saying that like still a whole group of white women will ignore?
That was
So let me say this. My school ran a study, right? One time, white women were more likely to tip black men than tip black women. In the stores, like a cashier or someone that's the server, white women are more likely to tip black men than to tip black women. So I don't know how that's going to happen in votes because reproductive, and now I have to be fair to both sides. When I said, what does Kamala have to provide for black men, and I saw loans and reproductive rights. Like I like my dingling as it is. I don't have any reproductive right issues. That's a black woman thing. And this is where you feel this disconnect. Like, I'm thinking as a black man, like, unfortunately, most black men, bro, we do not care about that stuff. Like, that's a woman and black woman issue. I'm just going to spade a spade.
But shouldn't you, in solidarity with the black woman, care about that?
Here's the problem.
Solidarity. Because we all have sisters, we have mothers, we have aunties, and so forth.
But here's what I'm telling you. For a long time now, black men have been having to vote for other people related to them. The black woman. Like what?
You realize the You realize the plan for black men that she has also provides loans to start businesses.
No,
bro.
it's not
Small
only that.
businesses.
Wait, Hitman. That's the
And
number one
grants.
thing I hate. I hate when the government has to help me directly. I don't want any loan. Reduce those taxes and make more jobs so that I can stand on my feet. I don't want to go and take any loan and open any business.
But you realize that, like, the president does not create jobs.
Wait, hold on. But Wink, again, try to help me on this, because this is something I just don't understand. Because again, I'm looking at so many videos of whether it's Breakfast Club, Shannon Sharp, and Black Media, and I look at the comments. And the amounts of negative comments against Kamala Harris, who has come on a black platform because she believes that this is like home team. So she's coming to home team, and it's like the home fans are like, "Ah, look at how fake she is. Oh, she's not really black. Oh my God, she's just a puppet." Why is this?
How many
this
of them are
hatred?
actually black, though?
Oh Lord,
how many of
this
them are
guy,
actually black?
bro.
They're just a bunch of anonymous people.
You're not a gatekeeper, bro.
Hitman, you're saying that those comments are why? By bots or white people?
So here's what I was thinking.
I mean, some of them we don't know. That's the thing.
Stop watching MSNBC.
No, Hitman. No, Hitman. It's black. They're black. It is.
Watch. I mean, watch actual. What I'm getting at is watch actual polls, bro. Like, I mean,
do you have diarrhea of the mouth?
Polls, man. No,
What's wrong with this
forget
guy?
the polls. Polls are not real. Sorry, Wink. Continue, Wink.
Why are they not real?
I'm talking about like actual like exit polls from like actual previous elections, from the midterms, from like the midterms of 2 years ago, my guy.
I promise if you close your mouth for 2 seconds, you will not die. What's wrong with you?
Continue, Wink.
The guy has. Did you take laxatives in your mouth? You just
So Wink, why is this narrative, especially from
okay?
the
Here's
black
where I was
community
shocked
on black platforms?
So when I saw Kamala Harris, because no matter what, she's a black woman, and I like people are saying, "Oh, why protect her?" Well, I have to protect her because like people are going to just abuse her for the fact that she's black. They're not going to even really want to care about what she's saying. So I was kind of surprised when I went under Shannon Sharp's comments. See, I only watched 43 minutes of Trump's Joe Rogan interview. I was like, okay, yeah, this is going to be a big hit with his folks.
Yeah.
But when I went to Shannon Sharp's interview, like, I don't think they're getting it. The way he was constructing the question and agreeing with her, it was like, at this point, don't even talk politics. Just talk about like her life. Like, obviously she's touching on her life as well, but don't center it around politics. That will help her more, because when I went to the comment section, bro, it was not good.
It wasn't.
And like why people don't, if it was any other platform, I would have been like, okay, this is just like white haters coming to hate on, because you have to admit.
But the big question is, how many of those people are voting?
Oh, Jesus, what is wrong with you?
How many of them are the real? But I mean, like the real question: how many of them are actually voting?
Bro, what's wrong with this dude, man?
Hey, kids, man, you have to let Wink lad.
Golly.
You
know what? I'm done. I'm out of here. Good night, guys.
Continue. Continue.
Wait, you're not done cooking.
I'm going to put Hitman in the green room. Hitman, let's stay in the green room so he can't interject us. So wait, you cannot talk for the
so I was very surprised. Bro, ain't no white people coming.
Talent,
like,
man.
Shannon Sharp is that
Jose Mourinho of the Havelpuzzle.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp is that like shade room kind of media. He has successfully infiltrated there, even though sometimes
wait, that's one interview. Like, bro, that is the most watched interview in all of internet history.
Yeah. So you would expect that, okay, she's going on the black media. Yes, this would be a good look for her. But man, there's not no white trolls in those comments. I can tell you that.
No.
Like, if it happens that they're white trolls, these guys are working overtime, but it's not white trolls, it's black people, bro. I know the way black people troll as well too. So I don't know, man. It could be, and then I don't know. I wish there was a black female on here.
But why is that though? Why is there this pushback from black people on black platforms like Breakfast Club against Kamala Harris? Like, what is the disconnect?
Okay. I feel like there's somewhere you want me to go, and I've been scared to say, but I'll say it. For the enlightened, I don't even want to say that because that might be seen as disrespect. But for the FBAs, first you had Barack Obama who was started as the first black president, who's not foundationally a black American. Now you have this Indian/black lady who is being touted as like the first female black president. Maybe they have that disconnect as well. Like, man, these are 2 times you have brought black people before us to represent us, and you're not really our kind of black people.
Wait, that's not controversial. That's just real talk. Because and this is something that I've been seeing a lot now. There is this divide between black Americans and even what's happening now? Don't call us African American. We are black Americans because we don't connect with Africa. So if you're from Africa or from Jamaica, no, that's Jamaica, Africa. I am black America, African American. So now there's. It is just what it is.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? When I play football here in Canada, we have a lot of like Caribbean and African people, and especially where I live. There's a lot of Caribbean and African people. When we play football, bro, Caribbeans and African people, they do not fuck with each other. They don't like talking to each other. They don't like being around each other. It's so weird. It's just like an observation, but
no. I think and also there's a lot of beef specifically between Africans and African Americans that Dr. Umar is trying to heal. But sorry, Wayne, continue. Wayne.
Dr. Umar.
Wayne, continue.
So like it's just like a lot of things stack up against Kamala Harris. That's why I try to be at the same time. I know I make jokes. Wing. I try to separate Wing from Kings, but it's like Slim Shady. Sometimes Wing takes over King, and it's all lost in there. So I understand her plight as well, but and Antonio Badani was saying a lot of things that I agree with. He just maybe it's too late. Who knows? He just ran too much on the Trump is bad. Like. First of all, you already know your limitations, know where you're coming from. Like, I'm a black woman. People don't like me. White women don't really like me. Black men, they don't like me. Even though I'm a black woman, black men don't really... Bro, let's just call a spade a spade. When black men get rich, who they get married to?
Yeah, that is an observation
Predominantly,
that a lot of people make.
Predominantly black women.
What does this have to do with the election?
It is black women.
The trouble is,
they get married to white.
But what?
Wait, hold on, wait. Continue.
So my point is, Kamala has a lot stacked against her. Like, if Trump is like the best candidate that she could go against, but at the same time, if it ain't snowing, yeah. Exactly.
White women are voting for Kamala. I don't know
So
how you see
hopefully,
that.
her best shot is that maybe hopefully she's done enough, or maybe the media has done enough to paint Trump as a bad person. But I feel like they might have overdid it. That it has made people like,
because see, that is the tactic, and that's the tactic that they've stuck to. They say like a tactic is anti-Trump. So whenever Kamala is speaking at any given turn, Trump, and because they believe that, and it's a risk. It is a risk because they believe that we believe that the anti-Trump sentiment is so strong that can carry us way through. But that is a gamble.
You need to let.
Okay, hold on, Casey.
Okay, Wing, bro, I'm gonna bet you like $1,000. She's gonna win the majority of white women, black women, and black men of any age group you want.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Wait.
Definitely gonna win white women for sure.
Wait, hit it
$1,000. Wait. Yeah. See, I'm about my money. See, really, I don't really care who wins. That $1,000.
No. It's just the specific point I'm saying. Like, she's gonna win the majority of black men.
So obviously, she's still gonna win black men, but it's gonna be cut down. Like, I'm looking at it as a.
I agree with that. I'm just telling you that she's gonna win the majority of black men. That's all I'm saying.
Also, shout out to the Karens, like Chief Karen Jennifer Aniston. There was like a white woman for Kamala, like kind of like a get
Jennifer Aniston's the Karen of all Karens, man.
Oh no, she is friends. She is Chief Karen. So Chief Karen Jennifer Casey. Wait, hold on, Casey, what did you just say? Casey, what did you just say?
No, go on.
Casey, don't you dare tell me that you watch Friends. Casey, don't you dare tell me you watch Friends.
Casey, I love it.
Casey, please, man. Casey.
No.
Oh, why, Casey? Why?
No.
Casey,
I'm back to tune out. Just one more time. I'm back to tune out.
Nomad's like, oh,
So
hell
no. So basically, I
Oh
think
no.
for me, I do believe that, like basically, black women. 100% overwhelmingly will vote for Kamala Harris. 100%, and also, and this is a convo that we've had here. And it's like an argument between me, my brother, and my sister. Because my sister is like, black men. The way Trump is playing you, you're so foolish to see. Because my thing for black men is this: is that why are you voting for Trump? If you're voting for Trump for policy, fair dues. If you're voting for Trump if you're voting for Trump out of some kind of defiance because it makes you tough because Trump is a real guy, you're an effing moron.
No, HH,
and that just shows how stupid you are.
Can I say something?
Can I speak on this quickly?
Okay, wait, hold on. Let me because he's just coming. So shout to. Let me bring in what's his Kosu Jamed, then I'll come to Antonio.
Sorry, KJ is okay because I forgot.
KJ, go for it. Go for it.
So I live in America, so I live in Massachusetts.
Okay, cool.
So the accent's just a bit off because I used to live in England. But I think we're forgetting a few things about Kamala as far as when it comes to her image with black men. I'll say the first thing people are forgetting: one, she used to work in the courts, so she used to be a prosecutor. A lot of black men have a very bad sort of relationship or image of the courts. They don't trust people in law enforcement and things like that in general. So I think that works against the one. Two, I think because she's combined mixed and black, as we said previously, that is something that does work against her. They don't see her as fully black. I think the third thing also people forgetting her husband. So she's married to a white Jewish guy. So that, again, add that to what black men see.
No, hold on. Let's pause there for a minute. A big reason for Obama's thing, obviously his speech and everything, Michelle Obama.
100%.
So the fact that, because people can say, okay, it's really black and everything, but Michelle Obama, black American, that is just what, and when you just saw him, the family, Sasha and Mama Leia, and the whole, boom. A key, and I'm sorry, it is what it is. We'll just do with the reality. From a racial perspective, a white Jewish guy, for many black people, they're like, that picture just isn't as wholesome as with Michelle Obama.
Yeah, she's not really down with the cause, you know?
I agree.
She's biracial also, too.
Yeah.
No, that's 100%.
Sorry, Jimmy, continue.
Oh, sorry. So another thing I think is she's too close to Biden. So if you look at America's performance over the course of Biden's presidency, it's as we're talking about the economy, it's been a rather bad time, highest inflation that's ever been in the country's history, right? And for a lot of people, she's sort of an extension of Biden. So what they look at, they see things like Trump's towards the end, because what Trump is predominantly the biggest thing that happened during Trump was COVID, right? And Trump used to give people money, and just to tell people now, it's not going to happen again, so you can forget about it, right? Another thing is people. I'll go back on this. People who sort of black men who follow Trump, look up to Trump. Trump gets money and everything like that. Trump is a white guy who came from inherited money, who went to Wharton. You are not anywhere near Trump. What Trump has become in his life, you're not going to. Most of them aren't. He's an elite. I'd say aren't going to. It's a pipe dream essentially, thinking that you can become what Trump has become. Few people become billionaires. Very few people inherit all that money from Trump, right? So the thing is, I think that the trouble, I'm not going to vote for either, predominantly because I'm Muslim. So the Israel thing, they both have the same policy on Israel. So I personally don't have any reason to vote for them. But and that's, I think, another thing that Muslims.
So in your view, in America, like, what are you feeling that for next week? Are you feeling it's going to be a Trump win, a Kamala win, or too close to call from what you're feeling on the ground?
Personally, I feel like it's too close to call. I'd give the edge to Harris, right? Because I think the woman vote, I think that's a big thing. Firstly, America's first woman president. I think that people sort of underestimating how big a moment that would be for women, considering they're not too far off from things like women getting education.
Okay, but on that though, so do you think that there could be like a racial dynamic of like, for some white women, like, I know it's a woman, but she's not white though, but or that will not be an issue as long as she's a woman. Even white women will still go in and vote.
Well, so I think what's it called? One, Americans have already had Trump before, right? And even though a lot of people overlook what happened in January, in
I think it was December attacks in Congress. Right? I think a lot of
Or
people
insurrection.
January.
Sorry, January
insurrection.
I think a lot of people overlooked that. But the trouble is, I think the majority of the country hasn't overlooked that. I think the majority of the country hasn't forgot that, and they sort of look at Trump as a very volatile character to have in office. I think that one thing that helps him is the economy. Of course, it's so bad, and it was relatively good under him. But also, I think a lot of that is skewed because of the checks that he used to give everyone. I think the trouble is with America in general is that when it comes to Kamala, people talk about she doesn't have policy and everything. I was watching a video on CNBC earlier today, and I think that's wrong, right? So if you're a black man, let's say, and you want to build wealth in the long term, let's just say not checks. You don't want $1,200 checks because that's nothing, right? You want to build long term wealth, right? If you look at some of the policies that Kamala has, right, one of the biggest things in America, one of the problems right now is housing. So housing is insanely expensive. So one of Harris's suggestions is that she's going to build 3 million more houses, right? On top of that, she's also going to give I think help with down payments. So 25,000. If it's a $25,000 down payment on first-time home buyers, right? The government is going to assist with that. Now, when candidates are running, they always tend to they can say a lot of stuff that turns out to be a pipe dream. It doesn't happen in reality, right? They have to sort of sell themselves. But if that does happen, right, home ownership is one of the biggest ways. Is sort of the bedrock of building wealth, especially in this country, right? So if you want to look at policy in a way that Kamala could help you, right? I know a lot of in the black community things like credit are a big problem. So whether the reality of ever owning a home becomes whether owning a home ever becomes reality is still questionable for a lot of people. But let's just say she is voted and you do have the option to do that. That's one way that Kamala's policy will help in your life. Like I said, I'm not voting for either party because I can understand both sides, right? I'm pretty objective, right? But I said predominantly I'm not voting because of the Israel thing. But I think that if you want to look at a policy on Kamala's side that will help you build wealth in the long term, right? It is something like that, whether the assistance with the down payment on home ownership. That's one way you can say she will possibly improve your life. Now, when it comes to Trump, if you look at the rhetoric he runs on, right? We were talking about how Trump is relatable. That's true, right?
Yes.
He's much more relatable. He's much more charismatic, right? And we all know that elections can be won on popularity rather than policy, which they should be. But I think a problem with Trump is that he's sort of gone so much off the rails. Last time, when he was competing against Biden, right? At least at times he talked and it made sense, right? Now, if you look at the convention that happened a few weeks ago, where they asked, does he even have a plan? Whether I think
concepts of a plan.
Yeah, I said concepts of a plan. That's what it is, right? You said we have concepts of a plan, right? Like I said, a lot of people, when it comes to parties, they're diehard. You know tribalism, right? I'm African.
Yes.
I know tribalism.
Yes.
People don't care about policy. They care about popularity, right? Tribalism, things like that. So if you're looking at that, you can look at it logically. As you said, a lot of people are stupid. If you're looking at it logically, nothing Trump said that day was based on policy. But all of it was based on rumors. All of it was based on stuff he pulled out of thin air.
Basically, just gibberish.
Gibberish, precisely.
Yeah.
He kept talking, saying nothing, right? And people on Twitter are destroying him, right? But like I said, the internet is not real, so we have to wait and see what happens in reality. And another thing is things like, if you look at Trump, his base is predominantly places like white, middle-aged Republican men, right? Another thing is the South, right? Because they think things like religion and Trump is for the family and all that stuff, and abortion, all those issues, right? Which is obviously not true, because if you know Trump in reality, you know he's not. None of that applies to him, right? If you're looking at probably the most angry demographic of men in America right now, it's probably middle-aged white men, right? Because things like women coming to the workforce, and I think a lot of people understate the resentment that a lot of these guys have, because in a lot of ways their power's been taken away. You look at things like the Me Too movement, right? Their society is completely different to what it used to be, right? So to a lot of them, voting against Kamala rather than voting for Trump is a way to push back against what they think is women taking over to an extent. A lot of men have that resentment, right? So I think overall, I think because of the women vote, and I think because of certain Trump's actions over the last 4 years and the fact that he's a felon and all that stuff, right? I think that it doesn't.
That's going to push it towards for Kamala next.
Yeah, I personally think it's just going to skew towards her.
All right, so let me come to Anthony. Come in, Anthony. Waiting.
So, I think I think it's gonna be close. Like my final thoughts, it's gonna be close. I think Trump's gonna win, mainly not because I want him to. Again,
so you don't think that there's enough anti-Trump stuff
I
around
just think
to
the
stop it.
problem this time though is because corporate media, nobody. I think most people, even here, I don't think they really watch it as much, and I think people feel like the corporate media has lied to them slightly about Trump. There's a lot of stuff that they do say that is true, but this is just how I'm looking at it. For a lot of Americans that I've talked to and stuff like that, they do, and I'm going to do both sides, by the way. A lot of
Mm.
people who are Trump supporters feel that, well, at least the people in the middle, they're like, well, America was fine. I was doing better. And he didn't, he's not this Hitler, dictator that they talk about. So I feel like they're lying to me. And honestly, I don't like that. So I'm voting for Trump. On the other side, they think the opposite. They think Trump is a dictator. They think he's volatile. They think
Mm.
if he does get into presidency, it could be the end of the world and that he will not handle things right. And I understand that. I just think the problem with Kamala is that she's not going to get enough of those swing states. I just don't think she has done enough. But in fairness, the Democrat Party is right now, I do feel like the left is more. It's so divided because you have people on the left who are like, I'm definitely voting Kamala. But then
Mm.
there's people who are left, but then they're like, but your view on Israel Palestine or Ukraine
Bro, it's
Russia or
not a major issue. Like, stop it. It's really not a
I
major
I
issue.
do think
It's
it's
not.
not as
It's not.
major of an issue as
Not even
abortion and all
1%.
the other ones, but I
Mm.
do think there's a lot of people. However, there's more democratic. I mean, they're just. I just feel like they're so much more popular, and I believe there's more places where you could register to become a Democrat. So she has that in her favor, in my opinion.
Mm.
I just think the problem is that she ran so late. This is just what I think. I think because it was so late and it wasn't like what you said, HH, she didn't earn it. And everyone
Mm.
who says that she did, I'm sorry, she did not.
No,
They
no,
forced Biden out. I'm not saying that she doesn't deserve to
no, no, no,
be
no. But
up
I
there as a
think no, I
VP.
think wait, hold up. People's views are like if you had like a democratic convention where
Yes.
it would have
Well,
taken too much
the
time.
problem with the
So did they have
DNC,
enough time to
yeah,
do that?
the problem is that she's only had 6 months. And
Mm.
to be fair, I mean, credit to the DNC, the amount of money and ads and funding that they've given her. I mean, in the matter of 6 months, they're doing as good of a job as they can because they really messed up with Biden. And I think honestly, the DNC has messed up for years. Maybe people will think this is far left, but I think in 2016 they should have ran with Bernie, but unfortunately, too many people are afraid and think Bernie's too far left. Even
Yeah,
though
too
I
radical.
don't really
Yeah.
think he is as people say he's a communist, but I think they're so misguided. But the problem is the DNC has chosen candidates that I don't think work well. The only reason why I think Biden won last time is because, like Hitman has said the whole time, people hated Trump. People were tired of Trump. The division Trump causes, I think people were just tired of it. Now, on the flip side, now I think people are tired of the Biden administration, and Americans are hurting. That's what it really comes down to. Americans are hurting, and the main issue over abortion, over reproductive rights and all that stuff, right? Which is abortion and trans and all that stuff, right? Economy. Any president, whether it's Trump, whether it's Kamala, either option, whoever people feel like will help the economy more, in my opinion, will win. Now, I don't know who that is. A lot of people, I'm in Wisconsin, so a lot of people here think it's Trump. But then back where I'm from in Illinois, a lot of people think it's Kamala. So I really can't tell you. That's just the main thing. I think if Kamala, I just wish she ran more on, I just wish she ran less on the Trump hate. Of course, you can hate on Trump. I mean, he hates on her. You're going to
Mm.
do it in the society we live in today. Both going to hate on each other. I just think if she ran just a little bit more off of that and more so other stuff, I think she'd get more independent vote. She's not getting my vote, and neither is he. I just personally don't.
Or
They don't. I don't. I'll tell you real quick before I
mm.
go.
Yeah.
I'm not voting for either because what are they gonna do about big pharma? What are they gonna do about Russia, Ukraine? What are they gonna do about Israel, Palestine? And also on top of that, there's a lot of other issues that I just think I honestly don't think either are gonna benefit people like they think. I think people have this jaded view that Trump's gonna help the economy and this and that. I don't know. I don't know about that, bro. And Kamala, I don't know about that either. So this is kind of what I have to say. What I will say though, people, whether you disagree with somebody or not, don't attack somebody unless it's valid. If someone says, I'm voting for Trump because he's a white man and he represents me and I want America to be white again, that's wrong. I would say don't vote for him. I would say that then you can be mean to that person. That's just an asshole. And this vice versa with Kamala. I think she's this, these, whatever, right? But for family members, think of it like this. I know we're in a society where everything's so hot topic. We're all very scared of where the country's going, and people think it's going to end one way or the other. But what you need to realize is most people are not like the people I just said that are racist and this and that. And realize that they just want America to be a better place and the world, and maybe you just have a different outlook on life. And don't cut off family members or friends because they voted for someone you didn't vote for, unless, maybe your friend is a inside racist, or maybe they want to do stuff with kids. I don't know. Just weird stuff with the trans stuff. I'm just trying to play both sides, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, let me give it a shot.
Great stream, guys.
Peace out. So shout out to Dan and Bram. For me, it's hard to look back and compare the 2020 election to now because people were desperate for a change with the COVID pandemic. No, I think that is what makes things different, is that COVID is what screwed. Like I told you, people didn't vote for Biden. They voted against Trump. So because we're so removed from COVID, this is what makes it difficult to predict. Because I think, basically, because that's the key thing. If there was no COVID, would Trump have been president back to back?
Yeah,
probably.
Then he would have been. Yeah, he would have been.
Shout out to David T. You all heard about Elon being an illegal immigrant? I've heard about Elon being a moron.
That's crazy, man.
It was a Wall Street Journal report that said that for a period of time, I think after he left Canada, he came to the US and he was working as an illegal immigrant. I don't think he had the right papers. So yeah, effectively he was at a period of time. But there's a difference between the illegal immigrants and the new illegal immigrants.
Should also, Stephen, H, please stop the whole break on. well, he's already gone now. So, poor people vote with emotion while the rich vote with their wallets, and that's what this is. When will blacks wake up from the Democratic plantation? Okay,
I want to jump in on that one.
Is this real? Okay, Hitzman. Are black people on it? Because I see these comments all over. Plantation, get out the plantation, get out the plantation.
I think this comment is disrespectful to poor people, and this is also disrespectful to black people. Basically, just because people lack resources, that you're disrespecting their takes on things such as the economy. They're more likely to see the things in front of them, like the cost of basic goods and services, the cost of rent, the cost of things, that put them in whatever situation they're currently in. That doesn't mean that they can't make an informed decision. I mean, because that's all based off of assumptions. The same thing with black people. I mean, like, one thing that people have to consider about when I talked about race and class earlier is that, like, race and class in the United States is very tightly woven. I mean, since redlining, from the start of the country and like basically carried on by redlining, you have entire neighborhoods and zip codes where it's just literally 90%, 80% black that are low income areas where opportunities are limited, where it's hard to get jobs. And essentially, that leads to like some of the things that go on in policies and whatnot. And
okay, wait, hold on. Let me quickly. So, shout out to Messenger says, "What do you guys in Europe think about Trump leaving NATO?" Now, my question is: does America need NATO, and what benefits does being in NATO benefits to America?
Trump's not gonna. This is talking about somebody from the military. Trump's not gonna leave, even though Trump would end up being commander in chief. He doesn't have the authority to leave NATO off of just an executive order. That actually requires an act of Congress with a supermajority. So Congress has to agree with that. The defense council has to support that as well. So like there would be a couple of steps that would go through before him even saying that. So it's more of just him just saying things.
Well,
he can damage it a lot.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, so we have to talk about the statue, by the way. Like,
yes, that's wild. Wait, let me come to so Slade. Who do you think who's winning next week? Trump and Harris. And I'll come to Elijah.
I'm here for the vibes. I'm here for the memes. Personally, I think Kamala has the edge over. I mean, his Donald Trump, his campaign in 2016 was very effective. His campaign in 2020 was the exact opposite, and I didn't think it could get worse. But somehow, some way, he's actually made it worse. I mean, so he's kind of dug himself into a hole. I don't really know what he can do to kind of just hold back the tide from Kamala. Kamala doesn't have to do much. She's going to be a garbage president if she wins. But yeah, I think Kamala will win by a sizable majority. I think I think 2020, correct me if I'm wrong, but back-to-back elections in 2016 and 2020, he lost the popular vote by record margins.
Mm.
So that would be crazy.
Yeah.
Is that good? Is that good?
No. I'm saying no. If Trump wins, it's doy. If Trump wins this election based off of the insurrection in January, based off of the anti-Trump thing that exists, and based off of being a convicted felon, that would be doy. Because I still believe Kamala wins based on just the amount of stuff against Trump. So if somehow he pulls it off next week, bro, this will be the craziest story ever. Like, love him or hate him, spot him or not him, if he wins this next week, it'll be the craziest story ever. And also, Elijah, talk to me, and then we have to talk about Dwayne Wade's statue. Elijah.
I finally found out what I was cooked for. So
okay, please don't repeat it. So Elijah, who's winning next week, man?
HH, like Slade said, bro, I'm here for the memes. I'm here for the HH, the empire.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
The empire has fallen, and a lot of people have not recognized that. Like, the empire has fallen. HH, we've come to a point where in the last 250 years of the United States, you're telling me the best two people that could actually lead a country is Donald Trump and Kamala Harris? Are you flipping joking?
It's bad.
Even if it wasn't Kamala, but us getting a repeat of Joe Biden and Donald Trump, that is an absolute joke. I'd take Richard Nixon and JFK now. Take it right now. Shut up.
That's crazy.
No. He may be too radical and everything, but what they did to RFK Jr. was crazy, bro. Because at least that's a guy that's actually at least he had there's something to him. These two candidates are trash. I'm sorry, these are two trash candidates.
And he's worse. Like the guy has dementia, bro. Relax.
Listen to him speak, man.
Yes, I have.
The guy speaks like he has. The guy speaks like he has a.
AK, that's a condition, yeah. So come on.
I'm not gonna an actual condition, but give me something like, when you look at 92, for example, Bush, Perot, and Clinton, like you see there's a Democrat, a Republican, and an actual independent of some sort. But in this election, bro, I've really noticed that this country, bro, is cooked. It's really cooked because I think the way, it's kind of like where America goes, in a way that's how the rest of the world goes. And the way America has fallen off the cliff, the world in a way has also fallen off the cliff. But it's just at this rate, it's just a matter of just seeing what happens next. Because for me, I'm really interested in seeing whoever comes into power. What will you do with Putin? Because one thing none of us here want is another world war, in my opinion. None of us want.
So do you think Trump handles Putin better or Kamala handles Putin better?
Let's be honest, though people were saying oh, he's too, buddy with him, I'd rather be buddy with him and not, have millions and billions of lives taken than, someone who just wants to start shit and then we're cooked. That's what I don't want. I'm really also interested in terms of how.
I think he doesn't know how to deal with him because it's like Putin looks at Trump as a clown. Let's be real here. He looks.
But that's what it says. It's like, who would be better? Like, who do you want in a room with or dealing with Russia? Is it Trump or Kamala?
I feel like Kamala surrounds herself with probably better be. One thing we know about presidents, advisors matter. So I think
advisors do matter. Yeah,
she would probably keep Biden as a trusted confidant, and Obama as trusted confidants when it comes to dealing with a character like Putin, who's, let's be honest, very manipulative, very cold, ex-KGB agent. He runs circles around him all the time. That's why he wanted to win. That's why he interfered with the last election, because he knows.
But then in terms of advisors, bad advisors do also exist. That's also
Henry
my other fear.
Henry Kissinger.
See, exactly. So if Kamala were to win and she surrounds herself with people that are there to big up her head instead of actually looking for the benefit of the country, I'm going to have a concern. Another thing is, what are they going to do in terms of these two other places? I'd like to see what would happen in terms of the Middle East. And I really want to know what the U.S. president would do in terms of Africa.
Elijah, you want me to be honest regarding policy on Israel? Every single U.S. president has had a zero tolerance policy on Israel. It's not going to change. I'll be honest with you right now.
That's common. Yeah, like that
doesn't really matter, to be honest.
Yeah. Exactly. At the end of the day, they don't. At the end of the day, it's the only non-Muslim country in the Middle East. So what's it called? Controlling Iran and making sure that that's why Israel does what it likes, because it knows that America needs them. So that's why they just keep doing what they like. America can't really stop them, because you're going to stop us and you're going to have no.
And also, it's a very strong ally as well. But also, Elijah, so who's winning? And then we have to quickly get to the states. Who's winning?
I haven't even received my ballot yet, so I need to go check my post mail tomorrow. But if we're being realistic, in terms of it's kind of going back to what Antonio was saying. I think both candidates did not address what the nation's needs. It was more really of a hate contest between the two. Honestly, I feel like Trump has gotten into Kamala's head in a way, and I wouldn't be surprised if he were to win. But in the most realistic fashion, it should be Kamala. It should be, but I won't be surprised if it's Trump.
So the last thing here, and then we just have to, and this is going to be very brief. So guys, I just asked a question here, guys. I just want to know, and so it's a very simple question. I want to know what they were thinking with this. So
this is worse than Ronaldo's.
It's worse. This is anime or manga. So guys, what you're looking at here, this is the Dwayne Wade statue. And this is supposedly a statue of Dwayne Wade, one of the greatest NBA players of all time and a Miami Heat legend. This is what I ask. When they were making this statue, were they just doing this from vibes? Or did they, someone please help me out here. What is this? How did this come to be?
Two things. One, they were either rushed, or two, they got a bad picture. But I think it's more so.
No. Here's it. Okay. Let me answer to both of those things. First thing is, Ricardo. That's a yellow. So
that might be an orange.
No, my first thing is that please take your time. If this was about, because trust me, it's a statue. If you're saying I need time. Why should there be a time constraint in terms of when you want a statue to be made? Bro, you have as much time as you want. That's the first thing. Second thing is, a picture's a picture. Trust me, there are many iconic Dwayne Wade images, and also, you can pick several images. Whatever Dwayne image that exists, this looks nothing like him.
You know what they did? They probably went on 2K and took an image from him of celebrating, and then made that as the statue. Because I've never seen him do this pose before.
And that is a key thing, because for me, I'm like, has he ever done this before?
Look at his face. It looks like a 2K scan. It looks like a 2K scan.
I mean, what? Okay. AK, help me with this. Okay, what is this?
Yeah. First of all, I hope everybody's watching the NBA. AD MVP. This doesn't look good, man.
SGA
This
MVP.
doesn't look good, bro. I'm looking at that statue and like there's been a lot of bad statues in
Cristiano
sports, right?
Ronaldo. Yeah.
Not just that. Have you
David
seen the
Beckham.
Aguero statue at Manchester City?
Oh
It
yeah,
looks
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
Tony
Yeah.
Cruz. It doesn't look like
Yeah.
Aguero.
No,
That's
but
Tony
the
Cruz.
thing is that how do you get something so bad when there's so many images that exist?
Exactly.
And also
Dwayne
like
Wade's an iconic guy.
yeah.
So it is disgraceful. I mean,
They have to redo it. You have to
they have to. They have to. I'm Dwayne Wade's a better guy than me because I mean Dwayne Wade. He didn't really go out and lash out like it. If I was Dwayne Wade, I'm like, what the fuck
my
is this
thing is
statue?
that you can't lash because I think the first time he saw it was in the unveiling. You can't be like, what the heck is that? So obviously, if it's his reaction, he was like, hey, who's that guy? And like that. So I think afterwards, but you know what it is? People have clowned it. There've been so many videos clowning it. I think they're going to be like, bro, come on. Because put it this way, because I'm not too, when I'm in London, I'm not too far from Highbury. When you look at that Henry statue, or you look at the Dennis Beckham statue, that's like, it's pretty well done. And something like a statue is something that's, bro, every time I go to Highbury, at least there are 4 or 5 people that are taking pictures next to the Henry statue. So it is something that is very iconic and something that will stand there for a long time. And my thing that, bro, back in the Roman days, look at how amazing those statues were back in the days. So in 2024, this garbage is the best you can do?
Well, and it's the Miami Heat as well. Like I don't understand why you. It's not that hard to get a face scan of a real life. It's not that hard. We're in 2024.
Do you genuinely think that Pat Riley would have allowed that to happen if he had known? I think one, they probably wanted it to be a surprise, I imagine, to everyone. I'm not sure how many people actually saw it beforehand.
That was a surprise in the wrong way.
No, true. But the second thing is, how do you go about changing that? What, a petition? Or Dwayne Wade goes and asks for them to change it? That seems ungrateful. Like, you can't really, win here. Like, you sort of have to just accept it. Because can we remember a bust that's ever been redone? And in his case, I know it's just the face, but it's like, you can imagine sculpting, it takes time to do that. How do you really fix something like that? Thinking about it.
That's not even that good a statue. Look at Kobe Bryant's chin, man. He doesn't have a chin.
I think
Is that Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant?
It's supposed to be Kobe. Oh, okay.
Nah,
my thing is that like,
can we also
have guys gotten worse with looking statues?
HH, can we also talk about the NBA leading into the statue?
No, please, no NBA talk, please. Come on, guys.
Because your Knicks are doing crap.
We're gonna have a discussion about the Knicks.
What's wrong with the Knicks, man?
No, because I should just want to just to start briefly on this bit because all I'm saying is that. So who's winning the NBA this season?
SGA, baby.
Luka.
Okay,
I can't lie, bro. Celtics look too good.
Unfortunately, how about Celtics?
What was the last team to do back-to-back? What was the last team to do back-to-back? It's not happening. What's it called? Luka's going to come back with a vengeance. My hometown team's going to win this year. My hometown team is going to win this year.
So we're saying that the Magic are cooked.
I was born in Dallas.
Who?
Mavericks. I was born in Dallas. I was born in Dallas.
Okay, so how much money? Okay, what are the chances of Bronny being the MVP?
0. I'll give you $1 million. I give you. Yeah, he's going to G League
Going to G League. I think
Mount has a better chance of coming back and winning EPL Player of the Year.
No, I will say this. I think AD will be the MVP. I think ADs look good this year so far.
So so do you respect if you were in LeBron's shoes, would you have done what he did with Bronny, or you think this is nepostism gone wrong?
Yes, I would have done it.
I think it was going
to. I'll say context. Considering the fact he almost
okay, wait, hold on. Okay, Jimmy, what are you saying, Jimmy? I'm sorry, KJ.
Considering the fact he almost died, no offense.
Yes.
It's that increases the significance. So I probably would have done it. I think it's good that because other teams were going to take him. Apparently the Warriors wouldn't take him, but out of respect for LeBron, they didn't. They took and because Rich Paul did threaten to just go to Europe if someone else picked him. But I think that because of the added significance that he almost passed away, I would have done it personally. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, look, I get doing it. Just that you see, what is the point I made? Is like when you're in, let's say, movies. it's very easy to do nepotism in movies and to have a career through nepotism. The issue with sports, and we saw this with like Jordi Cruyff, the son of Johan Cruyff, you get found out more in sports.
Well, I mean, Jordi, at least Jordi made a UEFA Cup final. I'll give
Zidane, prime example.
Oh yeah, Zidane. Look, I think one of his sons already quit already, and he's already given up already. No. But my thing though is that for Jordi Cruyff, there's so much expectation upon you. But my thing though is that, bro, this is the freaking Lakers, bro. Like, I hated the Lakers obviously because of 2010 and Magic and everything. But my thing though is that based on this being the Lakers and what you're supposed to be about, to now have this kind of, because let's be real, it's like it's an immediate thing. Now look, it is cool. So your son is there and everything, but shouldn't your focus be we're trying to win something rather than let's play into this LeBron ego?
I mean,
like if I was LeBron, I'd probably do the same thing.
So it's a 50-50.
I'm against white nepotism, but I strongly support black nepotism. So even though his son is like the worst, like usually when you do nepotism, like the person has some kind of ability in whatever field it is, but like, come on, man, you're the 50-50 pick.
But G League is his level.
LeBron, and that's after applying LeBron James tax. Arguably the greatest player ever this league has seen. After applying the tax, became 55th. Like, come on, man. That means he would have made G League reserve if it was not for LeBron. So.
But that's what AK was saying.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, it is nepotism. Let's get that out there. Like, he did not earn the spot. Even someone like who is Giannis's brother, Thanasis Antetokounmpo. Yeah. He at least earned this spot. His spot was
had a career in the Greek league. Yeah,
his spot was a bench player for the bench player, but he at least earned the spot to be a bench player. Like this guy, he wasn't even good in college. Like he's like average to below average in college.
No, because you know what it is, and this is what I did like. So when they did they had the first game, they got Ken Griffey and Ken Griffey Jr. to do a photo op. Now I was just okay, bro, because I think they were the first father and son to be on the same team.
Yes.
Because Ido Gudjonsen came on for his father, and they didn't play the same, but he just came and saw on his father, Ido Gudjonsen. But two guys on the same team, I think it was Griffey Jr. And like they had back-to-back home runs. As father and son, they hit back-to-back home run. So the thing is that they were both bloody amazing. So what made it amazing was they were both father and son, but both of them were actually bloody amazing. Now, obviously, he was near the end of his career, but they were both amazing. So the issue that's this is not the same, where Griffey and Griffey Jr. are both amazing athletes. Yeah. LeBron, you are arguably one of the greatest of all time. Bro,
it's not just that, but watch Bronny James play. The guy doesn't hustle. The guy doesn't run on defense, run on offense. Bro, the guy plays like he was given the spot. He doesn't play like he earned the spot. Let's be honest here.
No, but Habib, you know what the messed up thing about this?
Yeah, because you go for it.
I have a lot of friends who are Lakers fans, and they actually want LeBron out. So they have to deal with him and his son.
Wait, but LeBron out for who? But come on, you need LeBron. Even if he's old, you need him.
But AD is the best player.
He's finished. Relax.
So so without LeBron and this roster, they can win the championship if you take LeBron off.
Yeah, given the way NBA is going, yes, yeah.
Yeah, they can.
Bro, listen, they're gonna beat us. I guarantee you that. So.
No, but Casey, you know,
the Spike Lee chicks are trash, bro. The Spike Lee chicks are
I
trash.
thought, Karl Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges, all these guys, Knicks were supposed to be the second best team in the East, I thought.
All right. No, look, guys, I'm out. See you guys. Peace out.